Hello, chat. Hi. Am I muted? Can you hear me? Watch the stream like a responsible adult. I'm still waiting some way to learn how to be a responsible adult. Let's talk a little bit. A lot of shit has happened. First, we'll start, why are we here? If you haven't been following, I guess, some of the storyline as to what happened. A lot of shit. I don't even know how to start this. I mean, I wasn't truly involved with a lot of it, but apparently there was some Bruce and Susie shit that they've had a back and forth a while. I'm guessing at some point Bruce was like, yeah, just kidnap the fucking character and, you know, do something with it. That's what I'm guessing. I have no fucking idea. But anyway, yeah. Clowns decided to kidnap JR in retaliation for Bruce, which was like a back and forth that was happening for a while between these car parts. We kept getting the runaround, trying to get the car parts back. We asked like 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 times, or 7, 6, 7, and just kept getting told to talk to this Joanna person. We call a bunch of people and they're like, yeah, Joanna's got it. We're like, enough is a fucking enough over here. Like, if you want to keep going around with this. So they pit Bruce against Helen to get these fucking car parts back. We tried to negotiate with them, with Esme, and then they broke that negotiation. So here we are. They kidnapped JR for in exchange for Bruce, and so I have been in this cell as JR for over 3 days now, going on 3 days. It's been 72 hours. It's not like I have not RP'd it. Like, I have actually stayed up and RP'd this. Most of the time I'm doing shit on my other monitor anyway. Enjoying the Wizard's Ruin 100%. Yo, thank you for the 5 gifted itty-bitty shit. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So yeah, we have been RPing it as much as we can. It's been a thing. They took everything. They took his tablet, they took his phone, took his golf club, took his knife. They took him to a trailer in the middle of the woods and then blindfolded him. She didn't actually have a blindfold. She DM'd me. She's like, hey, do you have a blindfold? You can spawn me. I'm so sorry with this. I'm like, no, I can't spawn one. But I actually turned off my monitor for it, for like the RP of it. But I got out of them anyway where we were at. So that's not too much of a big deal. But yeah, I did actually turn off my monitor. And then my game crashed. Probably because of it. Because they tried to move it to another monitor. What's going on, Psycho? What's going on, Shadow? What's going on, Wald? How are you? How are you? So I've tried to somewhat give the appearance that I wasn't like taking notes or doing things. So I left the notebook that they gave me there. But I have been writing in my own. So I've basically documented everything that they talked about, with some reminders to JR as RPing the character that has been basically cooped up the entire time, right? So try my best to RP as someone that probably doesn't have too much of hope because they've been lied to the entire time, but keeping as accurate of a record as I could with the reminders. Starts off. Do not let your mind go, your body go. Remember this. Hazel, Kirk, Tessa, Helen rolled up to the Liquid Library parking lot. Asteron, Helen with a shotgun, Kirk with a sewer pistol with a silencer, Tessa with a knife. Hazel with a sewer pistol. Wasn't exactly able to identify. It might have been like an M1911. One of the two. Took the trailer south of Redwoods. They took the golf club, knife, phone, and tablet there. Good thing they took the tablet because I was actually going to start posting on the fucking docket of the MDT, which I have access to, but I'm not RPing that I have access to it. But I was going to start putting on the fucking docket that I'm kidnapped. So good for them for not doing it, or for taking it. Exchange for bargaining chip for Bruce due to Susie's situation. Cannot import enough dildos to the shop because Susie wanted to blow up the shop. Kirk says hydrogen on Thursdays. That was a flop. Didn't do anything with that. No timetable was given. Helen clearly knew a kidnapping. Tessa, bag overhead, put in the car. Ride felt smooth, high acceleration on the location, roughly 3 to 5 minutes in the vehicle. Bag off head, black, small dungeon room, one singular chair, pallet with yoga mat on it, pliers on surgical table outside of the cell, metal bars, glass on the table, no light, dog barking inside. Tessa's neighbor, it was alluded to earlier in the conversation. I've counted the bricks in the room. There's 15 bricks high, 16 and a half bricks wide. Airlock, they made mention of it. They said about 4 doors to get to where I was at. You can briefly see behind it from the other side as well. In the cage, small bowl of fruit, small bucket of vomit next to his chair. Tessa brought the game. Wizard's Revenge. Fuck her for doing that. I had a laugh at it. Chatterbox directed them to do this. They mentioned this the first day. Kirk was saying this was from Helen's side to it. Helen assumed that Kirk saying they were doing it wrong or Helen did it wrong. There was some back and forth, basically blaming Kirk at some point. Kirk hasn't come down. I didn't really get to talk to him alone. They mentioned that there was another opportunity, but they're going to take someone else in front of the marshal's office, but there's too many PD around in the hospital area. We'll try to get further information on future visits. They attempt to ask if they knew where anyone Bruce was. I have played dumb the entire time. Of course, JR knows where Bruce is. He moved them and helped build the cage. But I figured at some point, you don't exactly tell that information because you're not guaranteed to live afterwards. So JR has not told them that he knows where he is because, yes, I did, as JR, move him and build the cage. Tessa mentioned she knows what she signed up for. For their sake, I hope they do. So 24 hours, slept like shit, constant flashing of the arcade machine, driving me insane. But that's why I'm writing here. I need to ground myself and drown it out. You think of ways to plan revenge if I get out of here alive. They better fucking hope that they believe in something because they're gonna need it while I'm done with them. Bombing's too simple. Cocaine RD ever did this seems to be fucking devious. Of course, no groups think anything is their particular fault. Chatty stole Flippy shit, Flippy stole Chatty shit. Clown stole 3-4 cars worth of shit after. This could have been dealt with if Hazel didn't fucking shoot Jaden. We kept the Asme in exchange for the car parts. Instead, they kept giving our runaround, but here we are. Doesn't even seem like Helen is a clown, but clowns are involved. If they want to go this route, nobody's going to be safe. Dog doesn't stop fucking barking. Tessa came to speak, challenged what she stood for. She knows what she signed up for and took the opportunity to shift blame to herself. She wasn't dumb to my talk, though she confirmed it is her place and she built it. Asked about Chatterbox's involvement. She said she wasn't aware. Contradicts what was said yesterday. The accommodations were the others, but she wanted it less than suitable. Not saying it's great or nothing, but fucking sucks here. Brought food and weed. Asked about her demons. Feels like she has everyone's lives in her hands. Caged physically before, but always in a mental cage. Smokes marijuana. Doesn't know why, but clearly needs to cope with everyone. Maybe on the edge of breaking herself from the group. As in not like breaking away from the group, but breaking because of how everyone relies on her in the group. Helen, Tessa, Hell's owed things from Tessa. Helen's not a clown, asked if they were in a relationship. They declined the comment. Sore spot doesn't want things blowing back on Helen. It will. I will make sure it fucking does. This dog doesn't stop fucking barking. Car parts were in the clown's car apparently all the time. Tried to push for her to call Chaz or Flippy. Didn't think she bid on it. Of course, I didn't say I knew where Bruce was. I fucking knew where he is. I built a cage and moved him there. By not saying it, I'm keeping myself alive. Unfortunately, she's not as manipulable as the others. She's set in her ways and probably wasted time to play mind games with. Out of them all, she seems to want to do it the most. May have pushed too hard, surprised she didn't try and remove something. Had to bring it back and change subjects. She asked what I would have done in a situation and a hint of what is to come. I'm going after every fucking person she ever cared about. Maybe Helen last at first. I haven't decided yet. Talked about leaving PD and joining. Nothing of value really there. Say that she always has this darkness in her even before joining PD. Asked if she ever feels like screaming at the sky, but she's tired and her voice is sore because she does. Point. But I probably should have not pushed more, but I did ask her if a tree falls in the forest, if anyone noticed. She didn't know what I meant by that. Probably the best answer for me at that point. Asked about her list of people she'd want to hurt. She said cops are mainly at the top of the list. Talked about Sam Bass for a bit, and that's why she had joined PD. Family. Asked why I left. Same answer. Family. I'm referring to JR's family back in like Philadelphia, kind of the mafia-esque side to it. I was trying to relate to her, but she's not someone that would fall for that. Helen probably easier target. Can't try to manipulate someone that has been doing this for so long. Helen's new to it. Say that she knows her involvement ends when I'm released. It won't. I'll make sure it won't. Bruce isn't a clown. Helen isn't a clown. But you made it a clown business. Even if I don't have Hydra's backing, I'll fucking make it my business. Asked if Hydra's family said it's a hard turn to put. As is, we enjoy this company and hanging out. She clocked that I said I'd probably murder another member if they're stuck in here with me, mainly Jaden, which we probably would murder each other at some point. Told her they're like a general and they'd be deprived of that and I have to deal with it, so we'll see if we have each other's back like family. Helen came down, clearly instructed by Tessa not to say much, try to get her to call Chaz. She didn't seem keen on doing it at the moment. She clearly doesn't give a fuck about Bruce's mental or physical state. I tried to guilt trip her with this. If she wanted him back, she would have made the call, but she didn't. These fucks are doing it revenge at this point. Asked her how long and her and Tessa have been dating. She walked out, didn't answer. They are dating, of course they are. This dog doesn't stop fucking barking. Day 2. So this is technically after. This is going on 48 hours. Helen first, more prone to talk this time. She's a terrible liar. Seems like she's given up on trying to keep the story straight. Confirmed it was Tessa's house and that they've been dating. I all knew about it already, but it was better to finally hear it. I tried to talk to Helen about her past, why she went to police, why she got fired. Fired wasn't too important. It was more a tie back to Bruce and gave her the ideas about him and to bring forefront of her thoughts. If I try to get her to remember what she liked about him, that it may get her to miss him more and actually take action. Not sure they're going to, but it seemed like she was more open to the fact. Tessa came afterwards, related about some similar type of person and how we get labeled a certain way, how clown say in a derogatory way, how clown said in a derogatory way is offensive. Similar to how Lily just defaulted to labeling me as a gangbanger. I don't really take offense to it, but don't be surprised if I do something afterwards because that is what they may expect. Talking about expecting, Tessa wants to make sure that if I'm released that the crime fits the bill. I told her I can't count on that because first I don't speak for all of Hydra, but also I can't think like that either because if I don't want a sense of false hope. It'll kill my mental. So once again, trying to do this as a sense of captivity for JR. I don't want to give JR the character a sense of hope that he is getting out at any point in time. It's better for him to accept the situation that he's in. So that's kind of why we're arcing it that way. Crime fits the bill though. I thought this was a Susie and Bruce Helen thing, so am I not expected to not do anything if I get out here? I'm paying for others' actions. I ain't accountant, but there's still a debt that is owed here. This is before the whole thing yesterday, by the way, with Seamus. So for those that were wondering, she started talking about her Cornwood situation. Actually, no, wait a minute, afterwards. She started talking about her Cornwood situation, how bad PD is. We agree on one thing. I try to get her to tell me what he did. She told me most, but wouldn't tell me all. I figured she wouldn't. She's so good at this, but it involves something Cornwood did that was a felony and mentioned it was quote-unquote sanctioned by the Rangers. Since this subject is supposed maybe a button to press later, I'm just gonna foil the fuck out of this, by the way. I noticed my notes are less like bullet points now. It's more of an acceptance. Before I was sharp with how and what I can remember, but being in a cage has turned that around a bit. I feel like I learn how my body feels, how my mind thinks when you're sitting here by yourself. I start to pay attention to everything that your body does, things I never pay attention to or I took for granted. It's strange what you notice when there's nothing to do but sit. We talked about lifestyles. Mentioned why I live a boring life. She was taken back by that. She asked why. I told her it's not a bad thing. I left a life that was much worse and I prefer this over my old one. That people do what they say that they're going to do from where I'm from. Something that's lacking here. I still don't think anyone from Hydra knows. I don't blame them. I haven't been around much in the weeks prior, and they don't see me a ton in the off hours. I don't expect them to know I'm missing. I can't be upset about that. Day 3, Helen came freaking out last night because clearly something had happened to Tessa. Good, let her freak out. She clearly cares enough and something will happen to her. Rubbed it a bit hard and told her the foundations were starting to crack and laughed. He's threatened to shoot me there but didn't. They kept saying I'll be out soon, but they also refused to call the individuals I gave them names to 2 days. The second day that I was here. I can't believe this shit that they say. Same thing when I called Chatterbox with parts back. Lies. Same thing for good foundation negotiation. And Esme back. Hazel shoots Jaden. These motherfuckers want to keep saying gangbangers. Don't act like you aren't the worst of them. Lily did the same shit when then cried victim. Clowns will do the fuck shit with a smile and magically it's okay. It ain't. They have no intention to inform the group that I'm even gone. This is part of the quote-unquote crime. That's when it went past the point of getting just Bruce back, but it's a punishment and revenge. This dog has something coming to him. Shut the fuck up. Oh, spoiler. Kirk wasn't a Hydra on Thursdays. Needs his card revoked. So, that's so I've been doing in here. As JR. So, once again, bombing's too easy, cocaine's too easy, and kidnapping and putting them in a cage is too easy as well. So, I'm gonna have to be calculated what I do with this. I also don't want to step into my other character and my traits that I did on TJ for some of the stuff, but I kind of might have to at some point. If for those of you that don't know or don't know the relationship between TJ and Tessa, it was not a good one, and he was a cause of a lot of her stress towards the end of 3.0, beginning of 4.0 apparently at some point. But I'm trying not to lean into that. This is a completely new character, so I'm trying to keep those things separate. But it's not going to be all fucking, roses and daisies over here after he gets out. I'm going to say that. JR is a very vindictive person. He may seem calm and composed, but when he gets out of here, it is not going to be fun. I can see him going away for the rest of 4.0, honestly, for some of the shit that I might do with him. But we'll see how that goes. Like, I would not be... I would not be surprised. And it may or may not have Hydra's backing with it, but that is, that's what I'm going to go with. The grind fits the punishment side to it. Yeah, you can ask it. I can't guarantee all of it. I'm not going to try to quote-unquote one-up it, but this is already some fucked situations, so the other situation is going to be fucked as well. So just going to put that out there. Yeah, so that's kind of JR side to that. Before I start moving on to other topics, any thoughts or questions I can answer while we're on the JR topic? Once again, thank you for the 5 gifted 80 days, Shannon. Really do appreciate that. If you're new here, type 1 in chat. If you've been here for a while, type 2 for me real quick. I know there's probably a lot of different people around that are like, what the fuck is going on? I don't bite. I'm not an angry OOC. She asked me, OOC, if this is okay. I'm completely fine with it, by the way. I am completely fine with all this happening. I've done 30 days as Sanguine. I like to RP the actual sentences that I get, and I don't just log off for them. That's why TJ was a major source of the reason of the lore between Sanguine and the city shutting down. For those of you that know ORP that this is not new for me. Another month and a half, yeah, month. It was a month plus in purgatory. Actually, Connor and I were talking about that a little bit today. So speaking of the counter side, he had DM'd me real quick the other day and asked if I could help him with some things. So he gave me, let me turn down the music just a tad. He gave me the JSON file for Isaac or Pestilence and asked if I could go simultaneously fuck with people while he's fucking with other people. So to give the illusion that there is multiple of them and they are irrespective of time. So my target was Osvaldo, his target was Seamus. So I appeared a bunch of different places between Osvaldo and, or for Osvaldo, and followed them around for a bit. They probably didn't see me a lot of the times, but I was on top of signs, I was on highways, I was outside of Senior Buns, I was across from Senior Buns, I was at the hospital, I was at a bus station. You can probably go back into his VOD and see if you want to do like a find all the times that he appeared, but you never really noticed it. So we did that. His plan was to get Seamus to attack Osvaldo, and take him to the lighthouse, and he then had apparently cleared it with Hog that he could spend a few days in purgatory. Similarly, I was cleared with Seamus, depending how the situation went, so both consented to it OOC-wise. We just did it as a... so we set it up in a way when Seamus came without Osvaldo that I would be behind him with a knife, so I had to go no clip, go buy a knife, go back behind him. And he queued it up in a way that he told him to walk away, and that was my cue basically to stab him. So I appeared, stabbed Seamus. If someone has a clip of that, by the way, go ahead and post that, because I think it was really fucking sick how we did those things. And it was really cinematic, not gonna lie. But we started giving the illusion of multiple of them, so he'd be in one part of the room, I'd be in the other part of the room, we'd be doing separate tasks and other things, and I would walk, quote-unquote, into his body and, like, occupy and take over, which was the cue for him to then switch from Isaac to Pestilence, or Pestilence to Isaac. And so we utilized that a few times with it, and it was, I think, a really cool effect. I don't think too many people had really seen that before, and we haven't really tried it, but we decided, fuck it, let's go ahead and do it. So we did. So Purgatory is an exclusive vacation VIP. Yeah, right. Here, let's check the hold on. Let me change it over, you guys can see this.
Be on your way.
So that was the cue. Now I didn't want to stab Pestilence, so I had to get distance behind him, right? So we had to make him walk, and that was the cue for me to do this.
That's Seamus. I wasn't talking about that direction.
Yeah, super fucking cool little thing. I love that. That was actually, I thought, probably one of the coolest little side effects that has happened with it. So he's giving me full clearance basically to start going and fucking with people if I want, as Pestilence or as Isaac. So I guess think of the two of us as one and the same, but he does the voice, and we combine as one character. But at the same time, we didn't want to leave Seamus there without any explanation. Believe me, I know how that feels. I have been a part of that before, as to wondering why. So that is, in the absence of like Norman and Death being around. I know Ziggy, I think, is in like Japan or something like that, and I don't even know if he wants involvement with anything anymore. That's why TJ showed up. TJ, I RP'd him basically that he has lived eons in the time frame that he has left. So he has lived many, many, many lifetimes since he has gone to be the quote unquote apprentice. So yeah, TJ that was there is not the TJ of old, for sure. So he is not the same by any means. And I'm not going to be taking him out back into the world as goes TJ. I want nothing to do with that. I think community split pretty hard. I've talked about that before, and people's feelings with it, and some misinformation spread, and people assume things and the intentions that were not correct. I want nothing to do with the Hound split, and in particular, I was actually asked to give certain people certain items, and that just blew up against me. So I'm not taking TJ out ever again, except for maybe side type things like that. So just as an FYI. So we wanted to explain to him that there was a debt to still be owed. He owed because he had said that he had done something, or he had promised rather to do something for Pestilence. That was a debt still be owed. So he'll be in there for a little bit. Once again, he has consented to that from an OOC standpoint in a time frame. So when that is done, he'll be out afterwards. I probably do need to drop off some of the food and water and stuff like that is there. Yeah, at least it's not Fred's status where he's in a cage for like 5 days. So yeah, that's kind of the Seamus route to things. Little spice there. I'm wondering how Oshira takes that. And that's more of like on an OOC level wondering. Because that is a member of his club that he got sent there, and she's like bestie #1 over here, inviting him to his wedding and everything, or her wedding and everything else like that. And here he goes stabbing one of his members. So yeah, that's kind of that side to it. So archivist side, because when I've been in here, it's also allowed me a lot of time to work on archivist stuff. So I don't mind being here, right? I've got a lot of stuff I can work on, a lot of things I can do, and I've also been playing a shit ton of League of Legends on the side. So if I hear someone come in, I just swap over to it. So if people think I'm just sitting here, I'm usually doing a lot of other shit, either side arc things or some QA stuff for NoPixel 5, or just playing games, and also work and my NBA stuff. So anyway, yeah, I've been doing a lot of different things, so I don't mind being here. It's almost like a downtime for me at this point. Yeah, so archivist side, a lot of cool developments with it. So we contacted Kylie, and there's the group Black Tory. They've got a few things going on, so I had a call with them, and the other day, so myself and Stab want to call with them to see how we could help them out. So try to help their storylines, and kind of gave them some background, some history of things that they should consider, how to investigate it for cop-wise. We built a console for them as well. I bought them a website and put the website up for them. Ray's been doing a lot of that. I do a lot more of the hosting side to it. Ray does a lot of the console backend things. So there's a lot of things to be discovered. We're kind of waiting on PD at this point to finally get like a warrant to start pushing things, and then they'll start discovering and investigating, hopefully. We got access to a few tools back in the day to lead to a few things when they get there. Some 3.0 tools that I'm not sure too many people have seen recently, but they exist in 3.0, which could be a really cool way to utilize them. So, you know, they're implemented, they're in the server, so we're gonna make it work. And what else? We've started developing some hacking games that to put into the console as well, with different security levels. So there's 1 through 10 in terms of security levels. So 1's pretty easy. I think some of you may have seen it already at some point. But 10 is, to me, outright fucking impossible. I can barely do. I've gotten up to 6 myself. I'm sure some people can get to 6 or 7 with it, 6, 7. But it's actually pretty hard with it. We started to try also implement some quote unquote PvP hacking. and we'll see how that evolves in the future as well. And hopefully, you guys can see some of that. But there's been a lot of work put in. I couldn't be more thankful for Ray's involvement and what he's been doing with it. He's definitely kicked up the story a lot and has added to it a ton and gave some agency to things that I probably had no idea actually of how to do. So I'm not. I mean, I might be the mastermind of the story, quote unquote, that developed it. But I would equally put him there as well. So I don't view it as me controlling anything. He has a free agency to do whatever he wants in his arc, and we just communicate freely back and forth between each other. So yeah, that's been a really cool involvement. I once again, huge thank you and shout out to him. I also appreciate the viewers and those involved chilling a little bit on going to the website and trying it for yourselves. We almost reached our daily cap the first day that it was released, which would have cost us more money on top of it. So thankfully we did not reach daily cap. It wasn't been like a significant amount of money, but this is, for free, and we do these things for, free and for the purposes of RP. So it's really cool that we were able to do it. So you should start seeing some of the Zenith stuff pop off. I developed some images for Kylie and their own tablets that she has. Not sure if she has put them out or has distributed them quite yet, but she should have them as well. And like I said, they have their own version of the console, and so we have ways to distinguish who the users are between Archivist Arc, Faceless if that comes into it at some point, and Zenith. So we do all three of them, plus we developed the SASM module, which I have been thinking pretty hard as to, yes, I have Jimmy the IT guy, and technically he's hired with the Marshals, but how do I keep those that want to investigate it and LSPD interested in it? So we also gave that to LSPD. I don't want to cut them out of it just because Jimmy works for one. So I used the 24 hours that he was quote unquote kicked out of the observatory for calling Knight a bitch and told Knight to run a lap to then catch up some of the LSPD and give them a little bit of access to. So thank you, Shara. Enjoy. So yeah, if you weren't aware, I do play Jimmy, the IT guy from SASM. I think a lot of you here probably do know that. It's, believe me, it is different going through and doing like 7 different voices. It's not that many, but I have Jimmy, I have JR. I try to switch up the Archivist in different tones. I was on Bailey for a little bit the other day as well. Yeah, so they're all different as a whole. I try my best to get different ranges and not be a one voice Andy. This much lore is melting your brain. I'm sorry. I do a lot offline. That's probably, as bad as that is for me to do things offline, I think it actually helps to do things offline, because I think when everyone has access to the information then and there and knows the plans, it's much better when they see it and are surprised. So I've talked about this a bunch. I don't mind not streaming. I don't do this for a profession. I do it as a hobby, and it allows me to create some pretty cool arcs where I'm not pressured to do things for viewership or to do things a certain way because it wants to be done that way. So that's why I don't mind playing offline and doing these things, because the culmination of a lot of them usually is my payoff. And it's rewarding from my side when people enjoy them. I don't ever want people to feel like they're oppressed with some of the work that we've done, or that they've failed, even though the SASM did fail. They won. Like, I didn't want them to fail. I wanted them to actually succeed. I talked about this the other day. It feels bad when some of the work that we do is not successful. So, we do want it to be successful and people to enjoy it. So I don't want people to feel bad with it. What else? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff planned for the Archivist right now. If it's been a little quiet this past week, it's because we have been working on a lot of it. The puzzles and stuff aren't really happening as much anymore. Now it comes to actual investigative work. It depends how much they actually want to investigate, because all the clues are there right now. It just depends on them going through with it and, like I said, getting that warrant signed. So yeah, that's kind of the recap of the week. Questions. That was a lot. I know I just info dumped a shit ton of things. I think JR changes after this heavily. I don't think you'll ever see the clowns as a whole as the same ever, at all. Which is a shame because I think a lot of the clowns like the Hydra people, and they go back and forth with it. But I don't know if I can ever have that level of trust again on JR ever with them. And also, kidnapping is not something that is the easiest to RP, but I gotta give him some sense of a dark side that's gonna come out and start fucking with him, and also affect his mental in ways where he was not affected before. So I've been thinking of different ways how to do that. Not 100% sure of how to do it quite yet, but we'll get there. It might just be in the moment. Some of you, if you're interested in JR's story, I know a lot of you don't particularly tune in for JR, but you know, I do think that this is an inflection point for him, similar to the inflection point of TJ kind of leaving PD. You know, how I make my characters and how I pursue them. There's typically a turning point in their past that does something, and this might as well serve for his. So if he goes very sick, dark, demented, twisted, even more so than he probably is, yeah, you know why.
Inside my head, there's a little place left for you. What do you know? What do you know? And all I want is to find out what you go. What do I know? Maybe the silence is dangerous.
Experience. Yeah, so usually what I didn't do it yet. I usually put that on there because I wanted to RP it that's like the source of light in the room that is pissing him off. So I usually drip it over it. So slight benefits of being or having an admin menu is, you know, I can take off my jacket, which is not normally something you can do. So +1 maybe, I guess. You know, so that's how he came in, and this is where he's at now. So I took the mask off and have a good night, Wald. Yeah. So I don't know if this is going to end tonight. I have no idea. I tried to ask Kim if she was going to be around without telling her what exactly was happening. I didn't give her kind of any indication. Just said, hey, you're going to be on the server at 8:20 time. She's like, probably not till Monday. I was like, fuck. The only reason that JR was awake, by the way, the other day, so he was up for 5 minutes. I was going to go night race on him. I was like, I want to try a Tempesta. So I went over there. I took out the Imagio. And I was like, do I do the Imagio? Let me look at Tempesta. I forgot all the parts that I had in Tempesta. Went to that one-on-one car that we have, the small one. And I don't have any parts in it. So I was like, oh, do I have any parts? Back at Liquid Library. I went to Susie's house for a quick second because we had done a maze bank job. And I wanted to see if the loot was put away. And go out, go to Liquid Library, see if I have any parts that I go put in Tempesta, and there I am, kidnapped. So I was awake maybe 3 minutes, it felt like, and he was already kidnapped. I literally woke up after being on the Archivist. I said, I'm going to night race because I needed to get rid. I just want to have a moment of clarity and fun, because night racing is still something I enjoy. It's fun for me. And 3 minutes in, I was kidnapped. Like, oh, okay, here we are. That's how we ended up here. It's very noticeable, by the way, to know which person was kind of controlling everything here. Tessa was absolutely the one in control the entire time. Helen was just kind of following suit. You can tell that Tessa was absolutely the mastermind of it. Helen seemed okay about it, but when she came in a panic yesterday, she was flipping the fuck out. You know, this is uneasy. And honestly, even from like OOC stance, when I moved Bruce as JR, I was a little kind of like, oh shit, like, damn. I even OOC wise, I'm like, that's heavy. Like, I've done heavy scenes, but that one I actually felt some guilt about doing OOC. I was like, damn, I don't know if I could like do that, you know? Like, there's that part of your humanistic side to you. I was like, man, this is actually like hard. That's what happens when we wake to the night race, bro. All I wanted to do is night race, man. But that's why I didn't expect anyone to know that was taken, because first off, no one's around at night anyway. Like, maybe there's the off chance that Axel's sometimes around. There's sometimes a chance that Raul's around. Maybe one of the quote-unquote squatters is around, and Dill or Selena or Emmy, whoever. You know, but I didn't really see any of them around, or I actually didn't even pop on radio at that point, so I don't think any of them even knew I was around at that point. But yeah, I never expected Hydra to know that I was gone, because I had just gotten back from a golf trip. I had been doing archivist stuff. I was like here and there, maybe like an hour here, hour there, maybe, you know, 4 hours max one day. So, and there's a lot of people in Hydra. Like, people come, people go. I think people are moving or have moved or whatever. Some people are away on a trip, so it's not like we all keep tabs on each other like that. So it's not like when we did BBMC days and Barry gone missing and has a tracker on him because he knew Barry was going to be awake these certain days at this certain time, and if he wasn't awake, you're like, oh shit, where's Barry at, right? You know, it's a little different. So I want to make this I want to be clear. When JR does start doing things, I don't want this to be like an all-out war per se. I would rather it be RP heavy. Sorry, I just got a DM in Discord. I'd rather it be very RP heavy, rather than just going and blasting. Like, I don't want that to ever be what I resort to. But yeah, I would rather it be. Yeah, I don't know. Am I not trying to involve Hydra? No. I absolutely would involve Hydra. They involve the clowns, I absolutely involve the Hydra. But if it's my choice, I would rather it be very targeted and very RP heavy instead of just load up 6, here you go, we're blasting. I don't want that to be the outcome with it. Because it is, I mean, listen, if you told me in the BBMC days that someone kidnapped Ed, or someone kidnapped Jesse or Sean or Kaiba, whoever, like you saw what I did for Kaiba when he got shot by Dundee and had his shit stolen after doing a job with him, right? If I basically went and tortured Dundee, right? So for me to say that wouldn't involve people, I've 100% would expect to get other people involved with it for sure. I'd probably keep it more involved with those that have been involved with the Bruce side to it. Like I don't need, Ben's up here, which I think he might be on trip. I don't know. Going in, in the morning, just griefing them, whatever. But dude, I would rather be RP focused. So be planned, be meticulous, and actually do things that are of purpose to the people that were involved with it. Now, if other clowns do get involved, or other clowns or whatever, then that's fine. I've had fun watching Marshall's reactions to Archivist. So do IT have seen and had phone calls with crypto hackers? Well, thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy it. Hopefully, it's not giving you too much of a IRL PTSD. Full disclosure, I am not an IT professional. Again, I did not go to Indiana University, even though it's part of the lore. Just because I played that character doesn't mean I have to look up. I mean, I gotta look up a shit ton of stuff, and I might be off on some of my phrasings. I might be off here and there because I don't do that stuff as a day-to-day job. And that's what we do, right? You role play. So I try to the best of my ability to act like I'm the person that can. I don't have the benefit of having a script in front of me that has been fully vetted by someone that's probably involved with this at some point, and an expert be like, oh, here's what you should say. I don't I don't have that I don't have that luxury, so I have to do a lot of research into things, and if they sound a little off, then I do apologize. But there are times you'll probably catch me just saying something very vague, and that very vague thing means that I don't know. Have you guys seen the other consoles that we've done? I'll give you a quick preview of them. One sec. Let me switch over main desktop. So here is Zenith's version. So we change it. We try to be more lore focused with it. So you'll see like very specific things. So Zenith Myers prototype. So that's a nod to the character Mia Myers. You can log on and handle with it. I think I have. So these are all specific to each arc. So the login is specific towards this. Everything that happens in terms of like files, they're all specific towards that. So our file system is set up in a way that they can only see what is a part of this arc. They can't see what is a part of, for example, the Archivist arc or the SASM. So we use the Warlock BIOS. That's a nod here. C# was a nod also to the development. That was a phone back in the day. So we try to keep it lore kind of focused with that. So SASM has their own. We replaced the crack command, which is the archivist one, with a breach command, which is more toned basically to appropriate things such as, you know, having a warrant and breaching a server. So and what I'll eventually end up doing is there's ways basically to start incorporating different tools and start building them based upon what they find, and then that's where Jimmy comes in as a supporting agent to build those tools for them so that they can continue. But they need to take the first step in continuing to do that, and they have not yet done that. So when they start doing it, that is where we'll go. And then you have the archivist one, which is this one. Once again, we just kind of nod to Zenith as part of the world building and the lore. It's not like we ever had a conversation with Zenith as part of it. We just, once again, want to build the world and make sure we're not existing in silos. So I'll show you the mini game that we do. I'll just do it on level 4 because I think it's an easier version. And once again, sorry, I'm looking at my other monitor and doing it, but I'll show you what this looks like. So the whole purpose of this is to start eliminating basically everything that is in here to a point where you get 2 of them, and 2 of them do not actually match. So you see that they all have a matching corresponding letter here. And then, so there's a 2 down here, right? The 68E0 and the 4D9B. Those are the ones that do not match, so they will not have pairs. And once you get to that point, enter it, and then that is a successful hack. So that allows us to do things, for example, with Zenith, where they will have a series for their boost status, their boost to their cars or whatever they're doing, where we can go from higher security levels to lower security levels. I'll show you level 10. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm just going to let it go. But good luck trying to figure this out, and good luck trying to do it. But yeah, you have to eliminate all of those, and the red, if that pops up on one that you have selected, it deselects it, so you have to go back. So not only are you getting this moving thing the entire time, but it's a big ass fucking string of numbers and letters, and you have to eliminate the entire grid. So that's level 10. I can't do it. I can't pretend that I can do it. It may take like, honestly, you know, to do it. All right. So that's the kind of level that this level 10 is at this point. I 100% won't even attempt to, but you can see how just trippy it is. But that's going to start being things as they start hacking into things. There's also ways for others to counter it. So like I said, I was talking a little bit about, for example, PvP mechanics. So hacker versus hacker type thing, right? So you have the people getting in, you have the people trying to stop it. So that may either delay their success or they may prolong it. So that's kind of where we're at in terms of development. But we're trying to keep everyone in mind and make it entertaining for everyone. So there we are. I ain't write my book for the day yet. Once again, that's as JR. So I'm trying to even type it as him and like in a little bit of his accent. Reading it in JR's voice, yeah. I'm trying to type it as JR would. All right. The music is being repeating multiple times. I need another one. So chat, how have your days been? They've been good. Have I watched The Pit? The Pit. No. What is that? Is it based on Pittsburgh? New medical show. I try to stay away from a lot of medical things because I do it every day. That's why you'll never see me play a doctor or an EMS. I use this as an escape from doing that stuff every day. I started watching actually called The Beast Within Me. It is about a writer that is living in her house. She had, unfortunately had lost her child that was 4 years old. Her and her ex-wife ended up splitting. Her ex-wife does art and gallery type things. She has a new neighbor that moves in. This neighbor is like a, I don't know if you call him billionaire, but he's a extremely wealthy individual that has a lot of ties basically to crime involved, I believe. And he's asking for a jogging path to be put in the back of the neighborhood so that he can go on his his morning jogs. This writer is not a fan of him. Basically tells him to fuck off because the dogs keep coming over, screams at him, and then eventually starts, trying to write a book for his life. Meanwhile, there's a lot of things that are happening in the background where things that she says are being taken and acted upon, and she's like, oh shit, did I cause that? And this guy actually acted on it. So far it's been pretty good. I'm on like episode 7 or 8 right now. It's pretty to me, I like those kind of crime thrillers. I also saw His and Hers. That was a good one as well. Actually, I watched it after going on Twitter and seeing that Silent had tweeted out saying that was really good. So I was like, ah, fuck it. So I binged it over the weekend, or a weekend rather. And that was really good too. I highly recommend it. But actually accurate, it happens in the ER. Okay. Well, maybe that might interest me a little bit more, but still some of the products I work on are ER specific. I might have some slight PTSD. One of my ex-girlfriends used to always make me watch like Grey's Anatomy and stuff like that when I was in pharmacy school. And I was like, I don't want to watch any more Grey's Anatomy, please. As I'm like, meanwhile, sitting there studying for an exam the next day. I'm like, I don't need Grey's Anatomy right now. I don't know, it just doesn't interest me as much. I've been, yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I've been in like the hospital setting. I've worked in a hospital setting enough. I've worked in ICUs. I've worked down in ERs. I've worked on step down units. I've worked on, surgical units. I've done basically most of them before. I've got no interest in kind of watching. I'm not trying to be a negative person with it. I just don't have interest in watching things that I experienced. um, yeah, I don't know. It's like, you know how like athletes at times, once they're done with a sport, they're like, I want nothing to do with the sport. For example, like, um, I know someone that is a baseball player, played in MLB, and just wants to live like a normal life and doesn't really talk about baseball anymore, doesn't care to. Same with some of the basketball people. Like I have people in my family that played basketball in college, and if you talk basketball with them, they don't want to talk it because they've done it for so long and they've played it. So they just kind of try to avoid the topic mainly. So it's kind of the same way I'm at with medical stuff. That's why I kind of take interest in more. Oddly enough, like I don't particularly like politics, but I kind of like how it operates in a way, because it just that's a little bit more interesting to me. Not like what is seen. You'll never see me like watching C-SPAN ever in my life, but just more of like the moves and counter moves. I kind of like the strategery of the politics that are being played at times. Not to say that's good because it affects our world at all points in time. You're watching in real time, but it's just more interesting to me. We were liars. Ooh, okay. You have me interested. What network? We were Amazon. Okay. You know, listen, I'm looking for every potential opportunity to utilize my downstairs like theater room. I built this theater room. It is freaking amazing. Let me see if I can show it to you. Hold on. I don't want to like reveal too much of it, but let me see if I can find a photo for you all. So my basement was just like concrete, and this past year ended up redoing it. I put some furniture down there. Let's see if I can find a photo. Who would I have sent one to? Oh, you know what? I think I sent one to silent. Hold on. Oh, it's not the actual room though. Rip. Oh, I think I maybe someone to Iceman too. This guy, Iceman brother, is lost in like EQ hell. All right. So last year, my basement was absolutely just barren. And this past year, this is what everything has been done to it. So put this backsplash in, painted that, you know, slightly different color, mounted the TV on there, put the console in there. I just bought these chairs down here. These chairs have heating, also a sound system to it. They have vibration basically for effects, like if you're watching a movie, like if an explosion happens, they'll vibrate. They also have a massager in them as well. So I have them, it's actually set up the opposite way here, over across on this side. Put a bar on the back here. This is when I had a whole bunch of people at my house for a LAN. So spent a considerable amount of, you know, time and energy and frankly money kind of putting this stuff together. And so there's this room back here was going to be my streaming room or just like my computer room, which I haven't really done too much with it. I'm still kind of on my top floor in my loft area. But I was thinking about doing down there. At the same time, I'm like, do I want to sit all the time in the basement as my character sits in the fucking basement of a house? And there's a bathroom to the side. So that's been my project for the past year. It's kind of doing that stuff. So just a little kind of insight into the doc world. So, 1 in chat if you think anything actually happens today. 2 in chat if you think nothing happens today. Actually, you know what? Don't even do that, because that can be meta. Don't do that. Yes, 3 is the appropriate answer. Thank you, Rachel. 3 is absolutely the appropriate answer. Thank you, thank you. I don't want it. But here we are. The irony of a clock being on the wall too, by the way. If you guys don't believe me, count the tiles from top to bottom. Start at the bottom. All right, count the bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 bricks tall. Count this front to back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25. 15 by 25. That's what we're working with. Now, that's how wide it is, and I can't exactly measure from here to here, but height, width, and depth. I don't have the depth part to it because I don't really have a way to measure that, because that's very inconsistent because I go this way. I mean, I'm sure I could. There. We'll measure in JRs. How about this? His feet in the wall, his feet's in the wall. But still in the wall. Alright, that's, I guess, fine. So that's 1 JR, and his head goes to there. So his head starts here. And nope, need to keep going. Okay, that's 2 JRs, so his head goes there. It's like 2.5 JRs. Yeah, it's a little under 3. It's like 2.5 JRs. So if you assume he's 6 feet tall, so it's basically like 18 feet. Like I said, chat, we've RP'd being here a lot. Like those that you know, or those that know, when I do play JR, I usually do. If I'm around, I do stick around a fair amount. So, yeah, we've spent a significant amount of time online here. Part of that's, I mean, also by design as well. So, who do you all have for the Super Bowl tomorrow? Seahawks 1, Patriots 2. I gotta go for the 2 with the Patriots. I know people probably don't like it. I have lived, it is tomorrow. I lived in Boston for 4 years. So, there's a freaking dog again, man. So I gotta go with the Patriots. I don't really have a connection with Seattle. I do like Sam Darnold. Think I'm a Panthers fan mainly, but he was with the Panthers, didn't really do a whole lot, but I'm very happy to see his career that had turned around. I was also happy to see the Patriots side to that after they had been down after losing Brady and Belichick and all those guys and Gronk for retirements when they were kind of down as well, to see them rebuild. I do like, not that the Patriots are a comeback story by any means, but I do like to see the fact that some of these teams can turn around within a season or 2 seasons, which is really refreshing to see. I also want Seahawks. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I don't really have a skin in the game. Like, honestly, I don't particularly care as much. Like, this year's okay for me. I think it'd be more interesting. I don't even really like the Rams a whole lot, but I have someone that I know that works for the Rams, so I kind of had hoped that they would make it. 49ers would have been a good shout as well. Man, dude, I feel for Josh Allen though. This guy plays so well for so long and literally just cannot win anything. And the Bills are just living up to their name of BILLS. Boy, I love losing Super Bowls. Because they haven't won one in years. I actually do feel bad for them. I'm happy that KC isn't in it. Thank God. Yeah, I'm sure, absolutely. You're with Seattle. Wait, you're with Patriots? You want New England to win? Got it, Chalupa. But yeah, I'm happy to see those guys. So, some of you know I was on a trip 2 weeks ago. I went to Florida for a golf trip, and it was 4 days. And I went with this new club that I had joined. They sent out an email in the middle of the year and said, hey, if you're interested in going down, a place we went to is called Stream Song. If you want, look it up. It's called streamsong.com, I think, or something like that. But they have 3 courses there, plus a par 3 course. 2 of them, I think, are in the top 50. It's also where Charlie Woods, if you follow any golf whatsoever, Charlie Woods is the son of Tiger Woods, where he won his Florida Amateur event last year. But normally they go with a group of 20, and we only had a group of 12 this time, and they have this thing called the Clubhouse Experience, because the group has been going there so long, and they didn't have a group exploring it, or actually not exploring it, but staying there, occupying it. They offer it to us with no charge. And we had 4 butlers. I kid you not. We had 4 butlers. At any given part of the day we needed something, they would go get it. And it wasn't even like we had to tip them or it costs like whatever. They would just get it for you. So we'd wake up. We'd have breakfast in the common room, already there, made. Hot. They'd have like fruit parfaits. They'd have breakfast sandwiches. They'd have coffee. Like I said, there's only 12 of us, by the way, right? And there's no one else in this clubhouse thing. So we walk out each morning. They'd have a fridge fully stocked with Powerades, with any alcohol that we wanted, with electrolyte drinks, caffeine beverages, whatever you wanted, basically, right? And then afterwards, they would already have our clubs loaded onto a cart. And we weren't taking carts, we were taking caddies. But they'd have it loaded into a cart so that when we walked out of the building, we would hop into the cart and we would go to our own private driving range. Like, separate from the public driving range that was available down there if you're playing the courses. So they had a separate section for us. They waited until we were done. And if we wanted to go to the chipping area, it would shuttle you back over there. They would give your clubs then to your caddy. Like, I never picked up my bag this entire time. I kid you not. So we would go over, caddies would have everything. We go practice putting, chipping, whatever. Caddies would take the bags and we're good. They had these halfway houses basically, or these, 9-hole stop shops, whatever you want to call them. Each one had a different theme. So the first one was they did like a barbecue theme to it. The next day they had a seafood because it was in Florida theme. And then the third one was more of like a tacos. And it's all like sandy. It's all, open but hilly. So sand plus hills plus open. Just a really, really good time. We had rain the one day. And this is actually where the whole East Coast and kind of middle part of the country was being hit by snow. So unfortunately, I got delayed coming back. I was in Tampa and went to Charlotte. I had to spend the night in Charlotte because my flight was delayed and I missed the connecting. So I got home a day later, where everyone else that went there flew direct, but their flight ended up being delayed. They got delayed till 1:30 in the morning before their flight got canceled. So they ended up having to stay in Tampa, where I had to stay the night in Charlotte. So yeah. Should I bring up League in the meantime? I'm sorry, chat. I'm kind of boring you right now. There's not much RP happening. RP is literally me sitting in a cage. Did y'all see the whole Seamus thing? The pestilence? Did y'all like that? Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. I feel like I've been on podcast for an hour and 20 minutes. Welcome to the podcast today. Brought to you by DocWizard. Hello. Yeah, I grew up divided in PA. One side of the state was Steelers, the other side of the state was Eagles. I went to school in Philadelphia, which is Eagles. Maybe kind of hate them a little bit. Honestly, I had worked Eagles games, but I've kind of come around to the fact that they're okay now. But it's not exactly the best. So I chose the Panthers just because I liked Kerry Collins, and Penn State was like my team for college. And he went there as part of the 1996 draft. Eventually, I think he turned out to be kind of an asshole. But that was the reason I stayed with the Panthers at that point, because my state was so divided. It didn't matter. Like, my dad was more of a Steelers person. People across the street were a Steelers person. I went to a Steelers game. I was hoping to like the Steelers. And I cut out like one of those defense things and like all the poster board. I was super excited to go. And then people behind us were major assholes about it. And we couldn't actually utilize it ever. So we spent all that time like doing it and designing it and cutting it out. And keep in mind, I was young, right? And super nice place when I got there, Heinz Field. I think it had just been built, but kind of, it was disappointing to put all that work into something, not be able to utilize it when I was a kid. And so I kind of, didn't really care for the Steelers too much afterwards, but yeah, what's going on with you? How are you? This playlist of 5 stages of grief? I don't know. Kind of feel like it. It's just mysterious background music on Spotify. You know how like Baz used to just do like the same playlist over and over again? That I think was part of YouTube. This is like my same playlist I just go to. I completely forgot the Winter Olympics were going on. I had no idea. Did snowboarding already happen? Is it me? Do I feel like... So, when I was younger, I used to always watch the Olympics. It was like the big thing, right? When I was growing up, like, I played a lot of basketball, and my biggest thing was, you know, I looked up to Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, John Stockton, and that was, you know, like the dream team that they called it, and that was like a big thing. Snowboarding freestyle has? I'll have to go back and watch it. And it was advertised everywhere, right? Like the bobsled, you had the Jamaican bobsled movie, Cool Runnings, that came out at some point. Like, oh, it's cool, bobsledding, right? With John Candy. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Fucking hysterical movie. But there's a lot more like build up, and I feel like now that I'm older, the Olympics mean so significantly less anymore, and I just never really connect with it the way that I used to. Am I the only one then feeling that? Like, do you guys feel that the Olympics are irrelevant? I just feel like they don't do much as they used to. Like, it used to be this huge building, like countries coming together and being a part of something. I don't get that feeling that it's like that anymore. Really? Okay. That's interesting to hear that. I appreciate that perspective too. You know, I mean, I guess as an American, right? It's probably different from other countries, and some may see that absolutely more so, right? Like, I don't watch a ton of, for example, F1 racing, but I know in Europe that is huge over there. It's absolutely like one of the biggest things. Same thing with like, you know, football, American soccer. Like, it's huge over there. I don't really watch it over here. And so I guess my perspective is only one perspective. So I appreciate that perspective too. If it is something that is relevant for you all over there, I give you a lot of props, because I miss that feeling of saying like, oh shit, I want to see, you know, I want to see the best of the best, right? I really want to see the best of the best compete. There's a lot of things I never really get to see. The winter sports to me are some of the coolest, honestly. I just want to watch them. That's true, Samo. I know that is probably very true. What do we have? We have coming to the States. I think we have. Is it FIFA? Are we getting the World Cup in Philadelphia? Am I wrong in saying that? I think at some point it's coming to Philly, isn't it? I believe maybe at some point the games are going to LA? I might be way off. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Olympics. Okay, so I wasn't too far off. Philly and LA. Dude, sometimes I gotta question my own mental. I hear things, I'm like, wait, where did I hear that from? And it's like in a passing thought or a passing moment at some point. Those reminds me of prison streams. Except for there was people around in prison. You know who I really miss? In terms of an RPer, I hope that at some point he could come around, and I hope he's RPing still, is Sir Squishy. Clavon. I forget his last name. But Clavon the DOC guard was so good. I actually felt kind of bad when he stopped being a DOC guard. Like I think he wanted to come around to BBMC at the time. And I think we were kind of in the middle of a lot of shit, and I don't think I unfortunately gave him the best time of the day. I do kind of feel bad about that, but I really do miss Clavon. I think he was a significantly like underrated RPer and character that was DOC. It's so fun RP with him. That's also where Frost came from. Selena Frost used to be TJ's parole officer, which was always funny. Like, I tried my hardest to actually get caught on parole and to break parole as much as I could. I kept things on me. I even said I had things on me. I would have to remind them basically of parole and like the check-ins with it. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there on my character, which isn't the smart thing to do, but I'd still be doing it for the RP purpose of it, of carrying illegal shit on him. And finally, it took me going to a bank, robbing it, pinging the bank, I think, to finally get the warrant with it. We were talking, Tessa and JR, about the current cop situation. I also have some of these chats in OC and just kind of feelings and thoughts with them, is that the current cop situation that we have now is that it feels unfortunately unrealistic to do things anymore, because they don't care if you do them. As if they catch you, you're like, that is a consequence, but they don't care to investigate things. They don't care to follow up or to check, all the clothing stores or SEC, or hold people around, or even write a warrant based upon anything anymore. I've had one warrant as GR, and I wrote it myself, basically. And I have done many, many, many things. It just feels, unfortunately, very unimmersive. And so when you get to how the cops are now, I really do think it is time for a full reset of PD. And I'm going to say it. It doesn't give much consequence to doing things outside of the initial chase. It doesn't really feel like there is a whole lot of consequence unless you're selling drugs and you run back into your house. So I would like to see that buffed up. I know there's other people that feel the same way. There's more than enough ways to investigate things, but it feels the whole place is ping chasing at this point, and it's not fault to a lot of people's that own. It's not like one singular person's fault. It's how things have changed. As people that have been experienced have moved on to stop RPing, or different characters are no longer a part of the force, that standard has dropped, and it becomes more acceptable when something gets away with something, and they continue to get away with it. It becomes more of a standard because they do it for so long and they don't get a consequence to it, but it becomes natural, and other people start fitting into that as well. So I do think, unfortunately, standards have dropped very heavily. I kind of wanted to get back into Cop RP a few months ago, and I was on Victor. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, and this is not directed towards Sam, but I wanted to take Victor as more of a serious type cop, and the first guy I got paired up with was Bob Sturwin. Once again, not a thing at Sam whatsoever, but it was like, I did want to take that character and start filling in that void a little bit more of being kind of a serious-ish cop that does these things to bring some of that back and maybe serve as a little bit of a role model for it. Second time, a little bit better. We were with Alice and Chaz's character, but I just can't go over the fact that it's just a ton of just petty drama and back and forth with things. So she got a 5.0 card this week. Which one? Oh, Selena fought? Yeah. Super good for her. The character Selena Chidori is a guy. Super happy for them. So what do you guys think this game would actually be? So it looks like you're more of a knight. He's got a broken sword, which I'm guessing is a sword over here. I'm guessing the wizard is kind of evil. So my guess, it is a... not a platformer. Is that what they call a platformer? Like the 2D scrollers from back in the day? I'm guessing the wizard is the bad guy, and this guy is going to defeat him because it's this rune. How many of you actually grew up playing arcade games like this? Did anyone actually... have you played them recently? That used to be a thing. Like, when I was growing up, we had a mall. And if you didn't have access to some of the games, you go to the mall and you go play some of the new cabinet games. Like, it was pretty regular that we would go to the mall and like Mortal Kombat would be out with the new one or whatever it would be, and there'd be a line to play it, right? And you just go up, you drop a quarter, this is your quarter that you wanted to play, you got online, you waited. If you ended up winning, you stayed and you just rotated in and out. There was never really like any tournaments with it, but it was just a super fun way. I remember like the old X-Men games. The Simpsons had a game there. You go play like air hockey, and there used to be these batting cages that you can walk into. You can simulate like a batting cage. It was all like virtual, and that was really cool too. So you swing in the bat. I learned that I actually hit harder as a lefty, like a switch hitter, than I did as a righty. I guess my form was just off as a righty, and my form was a little bit better as a lefty. Maybe like 20 years ago. Hey, chill. Talking about yourself. That's fair. That's fair. You know, it's interesting when I've noticed this on some of the cycles, like 3.0, 4.0 is kind of getting somewhat to this point too. Towards the end is when people start taking a lot more risks with their characters and start doing things that put like a healthy conflict out in terms of RP. Like I said, the end of 3.0, Sanguine was that, and kind of the build up end of there. I think there was a lot of really good RP that was happening. You kind of have like this excitement phase where RP's like, yeah, fuck it, we're back. You know, the beginning of 3.0 that launched there, beginning of 4.0 that launched there for a bit. And RP was popping off, right? And then it sharply dips. It's like an expectation curve, right? You generate the expectation, you launch it, it has a peak, and then it dips heavily afterwards, and it has to build back up. I kind of feel like that's happening again in 4.0 now. A lot of the RP is starting to come to a peak in a lot of different these arcs. Not just mine, but from example like Faceless Things, and people are starting to let their characters do things that they normally would not have done. People are very much guarded in the first few months because money means so much to them, and it buys them things. And especially with 4.0, I can't fault them. I was talking to someone, actually Fizz, the other day. He was talking about some ideas and things that he wanted to go for with 5.0, and he's like, yeah, it's just hard to start that RP now because housing costs so much. You don't want to grind for a house, and you have the looming fact that there should be hopefully some news at some point with 5, right? So he's like, I really don't want to invest a lot into it right now because I don't have the capacities to do a few things right now because of just how inflated things are and how grindy it is. But you kind of unfortunately needed to do as 4.0. So, you know, when you go to 5, hopefully that's not the case as much. I don't know. I mean, I do, but I'm not going to tell you all. I can't tell you all. But yeah. It's kind of interesting with some of the faceless stuff too. I do think it's healthy to have multiple like faction-based things with different avenues to get guns and whatnot. Like we've been without basically mags and guns now for 2-3 weeks, which isn't a bad thing. We've adapted with sewer pistols and it's probably gone down in the shooting. I do think it's good to have the possibility of more avenues to get things. I think New Babylon's been away. People have been utilizing it there too. Yeah, it's been interesting to see what's been developing there. I'm not as involved with some of the stuff as I used to be over there because I have my own stuff going on. But I do notice there's a lot of state of emergencies and a lot of helicopters. I'm like, brother, calm down with the helicopters for a hot minute. It's like, whenever I see the blips on the maps, all the cops are like responding to this attack helicopter and bombings and shit like that. Like, yo, make it feel special. Like, go back to some of like the assassinate information missions. They can't stop for a day because they're continuing to investigate things. It's like, oh, chill just a second, you know? And that's not like a critique by any means, please. I really do appreciate the stuff he does because it's not easy. It's almost like writer's block in a way. You start doing things and you're like, all right, how do I want this to go? How should this start happening? Or how do we initiate? How do we give him something like here? And once you finally get going, you're like, finally. So I'm happy he's hit his flow. Yeah, he sends out the pings. And he sends out the pings to us about helping participate in everything. And I'm like, I just can't. I can't help today. What did I do the other day? I did one with Saab in New Babylon. And I ended up getting like fucking yeeted by the little alien dude that Burn plays. I was like, oh, okay. I literally just got like thrown in the air by the alien dude. I was like, all right. Yogg, yeah, Yogg fucks me up. Yo, just bring Yogg everywhere. You can't get like a little Yogg. You break me out of here in a hot second. I'm summoning the power of Yogg. Yo, what? Bro, the lead singer of Three Doors Down passed away? Dude, that's so sad. I go crazy, then you still call me Superman. I'm alive and well, will you be there, a hole in my head? My superhuman, my achy kryptonite. It's such a good... Man! Yeah, the lead singer and the founder is gone. Apparently he was battling cancer, unfortunately. The thing I like about the faceless stuff is you don't know really anything about them and not just cops investigating them. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of like different characters that exist in the world that you don't see day to day. So it'd be like an FIB agent, or it'd be someone, kind of adds a little bit to the environment and a bit. It's hard for a lot of people to probably understand some of that, but it's a necessity because, you know, and there is a building called FIB and there would be around FIB. We just, you know, are limited in the server where there's only recognized as LSPD, BCSO, SASM, and FIB technically isn't recognized, right? But you start bringing in some of those types of agents and, you know, military type people, and makes it exist in a world that is not just what we currently exist as well. So definitely a mix of things. Now I can't say stuff because I do know a lot of the faceless stuff, and I don't want to give out any of the lore before it happens. So I just hope you keep watching those guys and supporting what they do with it. So Captain and I talk pretty frequently. I talk with a lot of people frequently, so I'm aware of what will be happening, what is happening, and how things go. So just make sure you support him as he's doing it. I know it's not an easy thing to do those things alone. He's got a lot of people helping him. A lot of support that goes out to those. There's a lot of helpers that do it as well that I think have shown a lot. And those people that are helping are starting to get recognized. Some of them got cards, right? So being able to step out a little bit of those RP bubbles and help out and make sure that RP is RP, and you know, you get to shine in different ways. I think that's probably the healthiest thing. And so, you know, I think I talked about this a little last stream, is that the healthiest thing I've done is actually go into different groups, to experience different things, to involve different people, to step outside of those bubbles. I fear what I would be as an RPer if I was still kind of stuck in the same group and not having outside characters. And this is not as a slate. Please don't take this as a slate. I've already got enough hate from some communities with this. Like, I don't see ADMC much anymore, right? If I do see them, they're kind of like, they're not a serious group that I take seriously anymore, because I don't really see them. And when I do, they're usually kind of doing like some silly, you know, side things here and there. And please, like I said, I love them as much as anybody else. You know, my group, I'm still in their discords and I still hang out with them, but I just don't see them as a character. So it's different seeing it from an outside perspective, not knowing what goes on their day to day, right? And everyone sees that because you're not involved with them as much. So it's interesting to take a different side to it and see what these guys do. Like, I see probably the Ravens the most out of most CMCs. Ravens and the Lost I see the most on my characters. And then it kind of filters down a little bit outside of that. I know Chaos Legion really isn't a thing much anymore. I really don't see Habibis. I don't even know when Habibis are truly around. I'll see like Ray once or twice, and I'll see Dean here and there at races, but I don't see him a whole lot. Hounds I saw here and there, and one of the kind of deciding factors when I was making decisions was there was periods of times where I didn't see hounds, and I didn't want to be like an only one type there. So yeah, everyone has like their own everyone kind of has their own like perceptions, right? When you watch the same people, you know what's happening and you get involved like a sitcom type style, and that's how it was with BBMC, right? I'm sure, you know, people didn't know BBMC too much from the outside until we started standing for something and being very loud about it. That really doesn't exist anymore. I mean, the clowns are probably the loudest about the things that they do, and the besties, and people probably realize that, and that's why they get a little bit more of a viewership with it, and that's why they interact more, is that they're out doing things with other groups a lot. And they're much more visible than most people, and they're very much willing to take an L depending on the day, which is very, very cool of them. I think it takes a lot to say and to do to continually play characters that will do the most fucked up things, but also take the L on top of it. It says a lot about the person and who they are and how they built their expectations, and they just kind of roll on with it. You know, there's times where they get extremely long sentences. I'm thinking of Ember's. I don't even know how long has Ember been in prison? Does anyone know? Is she out? She's on parole? Okay. Was she like a 30-day type thing? Like, poor Silas. I think that guy got fucked hard. I don't know what he did, but... Oh, I know he bombed the place, but I don't know like what he did to get fucked even harder. I heard Grayson kind of fucked him, which honestly just doesn't surprise me. But I felt bad for him too. Like, he got a serious arc, and I hope he consented to some of that stuff. But dude absolutely got like a long ass sentence, and then got fucked even more afterwards, I think. So, but the same thing. What was me? Same as my actions. I used to get people DMing me when I was a judge saying, "Why am I in here?" I'm like, brother. It's 70 years, dude. That's way too long, man. That is way too long. Yeah, that should not be the case. Like, a full character reset is like 30 days, basically. That's enough that the world has passed you by, where you feel like you get out and everything's new. 60 is excessive. 70 is even more excessive. Brother, that actually infuriates me on his behalf. It really does. I mean, brother, we did Sanguine and killed a commissioner. He bombed a courthouse and another place on top of it, and got 70 years out of it. That's really excessive. That legitimately makes me mad for him. Unless he wanted that. If he wanted that, cool for him, but I would never want to do it that long. I think the longest we did, and this is like the most realistic RP, was when we did Family RP. We did 60 days for characters. Silent Sentry had a Jesus character, which is a Vagu's character. And when you got convicted back in TFRP, like, it was a serious sentence, right? You were expected at that point to play a different character. We let him out after, I think, 60 days. It might have been 90. But that was the expectation back then, is that it was probably as close to like realism as you can get in a way, which for its own good and bad nature. You know, it worked to explode the scene a bit, and it transferred some of the expectations onto, for example, No Pixel side, and I think we got a lot of that carried over. Do I hear people? No, I don't. I got some of that carried over from No Pixel when that first started. Like a lot of the hard cops back in the day, I do really appreciate the ones that were very strict in their standards. God, what's their names? Svensson was one. Who did Veneris play? He had a court trial like halfway through that for parole, where Grayson, the judge taking it, gave him contempt that violated his bail and threw him back in jail while he waited for another brother. Excuse me? I'm sorry, but I mean, that right there is the exact reason why I wanted nothing to do with the old DOJ. That's why I stopped playing Bailey. I did not want to deal with any of this. There's a lot of things I stopped playing Bailey, but I was not going to do it with some of the people that are there, and Grayson was one of them. Sorry, but not sorry. I did not want to deal with them. When court started becoming way too, in a way, and did it in 3.0, and I'm probably, unfortunately, guilty of allowing it to happen, it became a sweat fest. Way too much. I did not want it to go the way it was going. We got some people in there that were super try hard, and he wasn't the one of them. There was a lot of them at the time. And there's many times where people would get pissed at me as a judge because I would basically ask at some point that you guys need to stop objecting to every single thing. It's RP. Not everyone's a lawyer. And all these kind of like things that were happening that just didn't make sense, and you guys were going hard. It just didn't even simulate any sort of like realism in a way. It just became who could one up the next person. It just was not it. Dude, 2.0 was great for it because it was just a system that people used in a way. There was no like big legislation or anything else that was overarching. It was. I hear the door unlock. Oh, I did. Hold up, chat. We used to do like SBS Fridays.
JR.
Oh, what the hell is that? Hey, what's going on? Oh, look at this.
Hey.
The other one comes around. Oh, you got 3 of you now.
Yeah,
What's the special occasion, huh?
it is. It could be the day you're free, I hope. But there
I fucking want Bailey for a second. Hey, who are you talking to?
Well, do you?
Oh, I mean from this
Bottle
side.
Flippy?
Oh, I see, I see. You're saying Flippy's actually awake right now. That's a surprise.
Well, I think we kept him up.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be happy about that.
Probably not, but, well. Is anyone really happy in this situation? Because, like,
No, I don't think anyone is. Myself fucking included. I don't know, you seem to be, alright with it, so I don't know. You tell me. I ain't got fucking any idea.
so here is what I would like to do. I will give you your phone so that you can have a call with Flippy. It's not going to be a private call. Fortunately, I do have to make sure that you're not, like, texting anyone. I'm going to look over your shoulder and make sure you're not, like, pinging anyone here. Whatever. That kind of thing.
Fuck, what can I do in a minute?
If, you know, you say something really dumb, I mean, I don't expect you to, but I think you know what happens there.
Go ahead and explain it to me there.
Well,
I want to be clear.
okay. You know where you are right now. I can make it so no one knows where you are. Very quickly. Hello? Okay. bad faith then, you think?
Oh, fuck me. Something fucked is gonna happen. Brother, this is why everything has happened to begin with. Oh my god. Bad faith with the clowns, bad faith with Hydra. Brother, this has literally been both sides have been fucking bad faithing each
Like
other.
their listening devices. I mean, even with this, right now. Do you still have eyes on him? Okay. Alright, then I'm gonna hang up. Oh, buddy. I think your pals just ruined the negotiation.
You know, I think that's par for the course in both groups here. Ain't that right, Hazel?
What?
The whole Esme and you shooting Jaden.
I shot Jaden. Esmeralda didn't shoot Jaden.
No, we had Esme.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bad faith negotiation again, ain't it?
Sounds like an entirely different situation.
No,
With
I'm
the
saying it's
situation at
happened every
hand,
time.
we
There's
were
no wonder
ready
there's
to
no trust
negotiate in
between
good
anyone
faith,
here.
And it sounds like your gang isn't.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Maybe there's
go
no point
ahead.
in pointing fingers.
Yeah, because it goes both ways here.
It goes both ways, so they're not negotiating in good faith. Why would we?
I ain't privy to that conversation.
I'm not talking to you.
Better. Ah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a little while.
I ain't got nothing but time. And that clock over there stays the same the entire time, by the way.
You just realized that?
I don't think you just realized that.
Hazel. Hazel. Brother. uh... Silent, I'm so sorry, brother. I know you don't want to be awake this week. Oh, dude. I know he'd rather be playing CS or Valorant right now. And I think he's got a whole bunch of other stuff happening IRL. I feel for him. I like that little side of Tessa there. I like that. That's spicy. I'll make it so no one knows where you are. Yo, bravo. Good shit there, Tessa. I like that. I'm telling you, JR and Tessa are not any different. Helen went serious mode on us too. I love it. I love it. Means she's stressed. She's not all happy, bubbly, flirty. It's the best thing. But it could also go back in our favor. But I love to see from the RP side to it. I enjoy when people change their tones in RP. And you can tell, you know, either comfortable or not comfortable. Big props to that. Darren needs that life-altering trauma. I hope to give him the spice. Maybe. Maybe. But we'll see. I mean, this already is life-altering for him. Like, I've legit have RP'd this the entire time. No one in Hydra has known, but I have been online probably for like 16 hours doing this. Maybe 20. I've spent a significant amount of time in this cage. It also, I mean, it helps me as the person get JR up to that point as well, right? Because if I spend time here, I'm not going to downplay it like I just logged off the character because I have invested time into it. It makes it feel that more, I guess, reasonable for me as the RPer to give JR a little bit more. Because if I can get behind that, I get behind a cause, right? It's the same thing Sanguine. Like, I spent a lot of time. I probably spent more time in the server, in prison, in Sanguine, than I probably did leading up to, or kind of the downtime. I would pull probably some 10, 12-hour days in prison. It's the same thing with Purgatory, too. I probably spent more time in Purgatory. Mainly because of the people there. I wanted them to feel like they came back to something. I wanted them to feel like someone was there for them and people had not given up on them. Maybe that's just me as an RPer. I don't ever want someone to feel like they're just put in a place and never checked in on. And so that's, I mean, that's just my style, right? People have different styles. Other people would probably log off. I guarantee you probably 75% of Hydra would just like log off and wait for their shit to be exchanged. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I do it because of the RP of it and to feel like that as the character. It helps build the authenticity of the characters around, and how I then play the character, because I feel something or a way about that allows JR to contextualize that better. If I just be like, oh yeah, I'd spend 3 days vacation in a fucking locked up cell, I'd be like, okay, did you do anything while you're there? Not really. That's why I started writing the book too. You don't think for a second I'm not gonna hand the book to Flip and be like, here you fucking go, right? This is everything I went through. Would he care? Maybe not. I've also played JR very antagonistically during this as well. I wanted to see how different characters are going to react. I clocked it pretty early that Helen really doesn't have much of the control with this. This is a lot of Tessa's side to it. And they finally said that this is actually more of Tessa's idea, which she kind of already had. But to see what buttons you could press, what kind of information, etc. you can glean out of it. Tessa was very much more methodical in the information that she would give and not give. Which tells me she's experienced more in doing this. Helen, much more frustrated and flustered when I got into her. And you could tell, I don't know if you guys watched her view or her VOD from the other day. I don't even know if she was streaming it, to be completely honest. But the first time she came down, she was clearly had to have been instructed by Tessa to not say anything because she was very short. The next day she came down, she was a lot more bubbly, a lot more conversational, because probably Tessa had warned her the day before probably not to talk or reveal anything, and she just kind of ended that first day. Second day, once again, much more bubbly, a lot more revealing information, a lot more conversational. Tessa's been the same the entire time. When she is around Tessa, she changes, and you can't get anything out of her, as in Helen-wise. So it's kind of pointless for me to really push anything right now. And I just have to wait to see whatever happens, because I'm not going to change any of the situation with Tessa around. She will be the one that grounds Helen the entire time. Hazel, I don't know what Hazel's thinking.
Alright. So, when we do this, no funny business, because, I am gonna move you, if I have to.
You get my word. No funny business.
Okay. Huh? What are you saying?
Oh no, did we get the cooked version of Flippy too?
Hey, you ready with a phone for Bruce? Just driving around? Oh, that's interesting. Not in your heli anymore? Oh, okay.
I'm fucking heli right now, brother.
Flippy. Gonna need you to focus.
I know that's about 12 hours too late for that.
Flippy. Get back in that heli. Negotiations are off. You heard me. You know why. That's cute. Stop doing that. You're playing dumb so that I don't suspect anything and I don't appreciate it. Okay? Put a phone to Bruce's hand in the next 5 minutes.
Oh!
Okay? Okay. Goodbye.
What's the basis negotiation right now? Obviously, proof of life and everything else, but
He said he wanted a phone call with you, so I'm giving him a phone call. If he won't respect the phone call thing, then we're gonna have to figure something else out. to do
who goes
proof of life.
first here?
I told him it was him. He already kind of mucked up the negotiation.
What happened?
Well, him and his friends got in a heli and started looking for you.
I mean, was it said that you can't?
Just was now.
Did you blame him?
A little bit. Doesn't exactly scream good faith.
Chat, I'm also missing UFC right now. Ah.
Professor Hazel, can we chat upstairs?
Did I record it at least? I can get it.
Hello? Mhm.
God, that would have been so funny if they left the door open there. Or if they accidentally hit it. I wouldn't have RP'd it, but it would have been funny if they did it. And we're back to waiting. Once again, appreciate y'all being here. I do realize that some of you are new to the channel. If you're new, do me a favor, just hit the follow button for me, please, and thank you. Give me a 1 in chat if you're new. Sorry, I hate to even try to do this, but that's just how Kick is with their shit. Not even that I get paid for it, it's just more the fact that I still try to need to make partner out of their stuff. You're not new. You already count. I'm just trying to make their partnership back. I have it on Twitch, but they didn't transfer it over to Kick, and so I gotta go meet all their metrics. And so if you're new, once again, I do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I don't go live very often. I was explaining this before. I think going live too often gives away too much information at times, and it's right in front of people's fingertips. And so when I do go live, it's usually for something that has either happened or something that will happen, and you're kind of doing it as a culmination. So that's kind of my preference of the way that I stream. It's not my profession as a full-time. Once again, I've explained I do work full-time outside of this. It allows me to do a lot of these things that I do just for the pure RP of things. So yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy. Hopefully you all have a good day. Yeah, once again, just appreciate you being here. We've got a lot of things planned in different arcs and different characters and different settings. This just so happened to be one of them that was not played. Doc Live, oh shit, what now, stress? Yeah, that used to absolutely be the case for the longest of time. If you knew if Doc went live, some fuck shit was about to happen. Once again, mad props to all our peers in this. I have no ill will or intention on anyone with this whatsoever. This is all RP. I told them by all means you can keep JR here as long as possible. I've done very... I would have said up until recently that I probably had some of the longest time in prison. There's probably a few characters that have been longer. I would say Lizzie Byrne probably has been the longest in prison. Silas might actually get up there in terms of that counter. I have spent probably a significant amount of time in prison as well. So to me, this doesn't really affect me. I like to RP them. So anyway, sorry. Yeah, they probably got one of, I would say, the best people to do it, but also some of the worst person to do it. Like the best person that I'll give it the agency to do it, but also the worst person to do it to. If that makes sense. Sonya was there a lot too. Yeah, I forgot about Sonya. I don't know how much time she was there. So we wait again. It said 5 minutes, right? You think they're back in 5 minutes? Oh, maybe. Well, if it's Susie time, that could be an hour. Susie time is a real thing, by the way, guys. Oh, we're back.
Give us a sec. Ellen? Where did she go?
This turtleneck doesn't fit. What the fuck? Awkward. I didn't really notice that. Whoops.
Hi, Bruce. They've been feeding you? Why are you talking like that? You okay? They hurt you?
I'm gonna have a knife out just in case, okay?
Off Vampire Diaries style?
Yeah,
Not gonna
What
do
was it?
anything with it. Just don't lunge at me. Go ahead and call Flippy. I'm gonna watch over your shoulder, make sure you're not pinging anyone. "30-second call. Proof of life only."
Hey,
get me the fuck out of here.
they hurt you.
Nah.
Good, you're alive.
Yeah, real life.
How long have they had you for?
We're going on
Seems
this
legal.
72 fucking hours now. Well, I got 5 more fucking seconds, so just do whatever they say, alright? Get the fuck out of here.
Why the
Thank you. You said 30 seconds. What do you mean? Yes, you did. What the yuck? Okay, maybe I'm taking crazy pills. I misunderstood what you said. I'm not.
Oh boy.
Well, that's the yuck on you. I don't know what you want from me, man.
God.
I thought you said 30-second call to determine proof of life, so that's what I did. Is that not what you did? I did. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, misunderstand that.
The game of misunderstandings.
Well, I already explained what I wanted. The exchange. Is there anything unclear? Know what I lead you?
There'll be consequences when you pick a dot character to RP with. Hey, I don't mind playing antagonists in people's stories. I've done this far enough. Once again, thank you for the follows. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. God, they're arguing. At this rate, these fuckers are gonna go off a night race. Dude, I don't know how to RP like after this too. Like, I like Twinkles. I like Sneaky. Like, they're part of the racing scene. Everyone and their mother fucking loves Tessa. And if I start playing a character that is so antagonistic to Tessa, it's gonna hurt him so much. Like, you lose a lot of people if you start going after Tessa. It's a really, like, big fucking conundrum here. But, I mean, I still have to honor the RP that has been given. I can't believe I slipped into Bailey's voice for a second. I legit cannot believe I slipped into Bailey's voice literally for like a hot second. I don't even know why. I guess we talking about DOJ shit, and I went into Bailey for. I was like, oh, I can't. What the fuck am I doing? I think I actually said, oh, in character. It's literally like a fraudulent slip over here. It's like, wait, I'm not Bailey. Stop. Did anyone else clock that? Well, you see, this is how we got here. A long time ago. I had this back and forth with some of these individuals. Oh, I hear footsteps coming back down. Maybe, maybe not. Have a good one, Shannon. Appreciate that. Once again, thank you for the 5 gifted subs earlier. Thank you. Mighty kind of you. My God. Hmm. 2 hours, 40 minutes later. Hello again, chat. You know what this almost feels like? Waiting in the basement for Dundee. My first join BBMC. This is what it kind of feels like.
will you go get your car? Thank you. Alright, we're heading out. Okay. Alright. Thank you, Twinkles. Bye. Got all your things? Alright, I am gonna put the bag on your head for now, just till we're out of the area.
You
Won't
already
be for
told
the
me
whole
it's your
time.
house. What more do you need?
Maybe I don't want you to see the decor.
Is it really necessary?
I don't know if you're gonna come in here and smash it all. I don't want you looking around first.
Can we time up?
I'm up.
Think so.
Why do you want to do that?
Ain't no way they're handing Bruce over to us without a bag on his head and him tied up too. They didn't even let me see him without being tied up.
Yeah, that was me though.
You think no one else can find a rope?
I don't know.
Rope on the chair there.
Hands behind your back.
Alright.
You're gonna be struggling like that the whole time. Crazy.
Two doors.
Sorry.
Keypad.
That was not my intention.
TV, wooden walls. Enclosure. Computer, server room, storage. Benches. 3 floors down. Drapes, windows,
We good to come out?
couches, panels. Kitchen, bedroom, probably back there. House next to the RV.
Ready?
Yeah. You mind
Think
if
it's-
this is the car that she takes?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, no, I don't mind. Do you have keys?
other car. Is will you give that to Helen?
This car?
Yes.
Or Ivy gave
No,
her-
no, the pink one.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
So how's this gonna go, guys?
I don't know the plan.
Where's Bruce?
Get out the car at the same time.
Where's Bruce?
Want Bruce to talk?
I'm here. I'm in the back.
Okay.
Well, Bruce. Oh, Bruce can't see though right now. I'll have to unbag him and untie him.
Fair
Just
enough.
JR, buddy. Hey, buddy. Bestie.
Yeah, I ain't in a talking mood right now.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can fucking see.
Hey.
He's tired.
Well.
How about both sides
Guess I'll just-
rectify that situation then?
Come on, Bruce. I'll open the door. Yeah, let me take off the rope.
Take the mask off.
You can take it off. All right, Bruce.
Get in the car.
Remember, buddy. See you around.
Yeah.
For sure.
Bruce, get in the
Which
car.
Pink one?
I thought you were gonna say the thing you were gonna say, but you didn't fucking say it.
I did say it. I told him don't go anywhere. Okay, JR's in the car. Sorry, Flippy's trying to yell at me as per usual. Yeah, north on. There was like a random blacked
Let's
out
go talk to
car.
the jetty. Let's go talk to at the jetty.
JR, here's a radio for you in the glove box. It doesn't have much battery, but that's the only second one I have.
And what's your radio?
67.4.
Hey!
Yeah, I wouldn't believe.
Hey, Gabagoo! Welcome back, my brother. I'm so glad to see you.
Glad you're okay, man.
Old man, you're
Sorry, sir.
back.
Yeah, I'm fucking here.
So what happened? When I'm assuming no one. I pray nobody knew you were around.
Nah, I wouldn't expect anyone to know I was around. Was up for a night race, walked out my house, went to the Maggio, said fuck it, let me look at the Tempesta, went to Susie's house to make sure this shit was put away from the bank the other day. Went back to my house, got the Maggio, I went to Liquid Library, they rolled up. I was awake all 3 fucking minutes. Ain't nobody gonna know I was awake. I ain't kind of blame anybody about that either. It was like around these times anyway, so who the fuck is actually getting me around now? So I ain't blame no one for knowing I was missing. I was going the week before, I don't give a shit. But
Yeah.
this whole situation is fucked.
What did they tell you?
Susie and Bruce the entire time. They want Bruce back. They want Bruce back. I can't see want fucking Bruce back. So I said, alright, that's fine. You want Bruce back. I ain't never told them I know where Bruce was. Only thing they probably kept me fucking alive. I kept saying, call Chaz, call Flippy if Susie's not around. By day 2, they... like, nah, we ain't gonna call him yet. Because I can't guarantee the safety of Bruce. I have no idea what condition Bruce is in at this point. So you delaying this is gonna make it worse. They didn't want to fucking do it. So it became, instead of a simple exchange, it was like a fucking payment at that point.
You know, it's crazy. This whole thing, like, they're trying to put it on Susie that Susie said that she was the one handling this. But like, the moment they took you, they should have probably assumed like this isn't a Susie thing. And I don't know, they're telling themselves this is only like lasted so long because of Susie.
Yeah, they kept saying it. It was, people that rolled up was Kike, Hazel, Tessa, and Helen. And 3 of them, or 4 of them, rather. Helen had a big-ass shotgun, Kirk had a little sewer pistol with a silencer on it. Helen had a M1911, and Tessa had a knife. That was the only one there. But anyway, that's besides the point. Bruce ain't a clown. Helen ain't a clown either. They involved the clowns in this. If they wanted to take one of us because of that, I don't fucking know what you want to say with that, but honestly, mine wasn't about, this is okay afterwards. I was pissed the entire fucking time I was down there. You know Tessa and Helen are dating, right?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, he is. The clowns did it on behalf of Helen. Said Chatty's the one that gave the authorization for it. Tessa was the one that built it. It was in the bottom of a house. Way too fucking long in that place. 15 bricks high, 16 bricks fucking wide. 18 feet wide. No light, nothing. Just a black fucking room with a cage in front of it. Yeah. Get bored.
I'll definitely read this, but like, I'm reading this all right now.
Nah, I ain't blaming you.
So what are you thinking right now?
What am I thinking right now?
Yep.
Well, how much involvement do you want? Because I'm going to tell you right fucking now. This doesn't end here. Not with me, at least. You can involve yourself as much as you want. I'm not just going out and rolling out fucking shooting them over here. This is fucking personal.
I think we both agreed on that one.
If things happen, they're going to happen with a fucking purpose. Now, I'm undecided if I want Helen first or Helen last. They still have my fucking phone, by the way.
We have Bruce's phone, so we can probably trade for it to get it back.
Right now, I
Let's
just need to
just get it
fucking
back.
sleep on it and not even think about it, but probably not the right time to actually be planning something because I'm just full of fucking revenge right now.
I mean, that's fair to be honest.
Yeah, I'm just glad to have you back. We'll worry about the rest later.
You got your back, dog.
This shit fucking sucked. It was not fun at all.
I'm gonna read this. Yeah, I don't think Kirk's gonna be Hydra on Thursdays anymore. Did you ever? I mean, I could probably finish reading this. Did you ever get Kirk alone?
That big what?
Did you ever get Kirk alone?
Nah. I was just there for the first part, never came after.
Fuck, I don't want to hold you guys up. Yeah, I'll read it in a little bit.
You tell me, what's your thoughts? I've said mine.
I mean, I figured you'd have similar thoughts, to be honest. I think we need to go after Helen. That's who we need to go after. That's the only person I really want to go after. It's more like trying to figure out how we go after her and what we do to her. But the moment that happens is the moment everyone's gonna have to be very smart and not just be out there in the open, because the clowns are going to be, especially for now, they're going to be very defensive, and they know an attack is going to come their way. Tessa pretty much has hinted that at that multiple times. She knows that something will happen after this, and it's just a matter of when we attack. And whoever we get, I want to get someone that's going to hit the most and who will hurt them the most. And I feel like going after someone like their leader, like Chatterbox, is way too it's too easy, you know. I don't want to go after Chatterbox. And if I had to give you a list, number one option to me is Helen. She's like the reason this all happened. And option two is I want to go after Hazel. Hazel will be very easy to grab, and she means a lot to all the clowns. And after all, she's like, she's Tessa's like daughter. So who better to go after someone, you know, like, why would we go after Tessa? Like, if you kill Tessa, what the fuck you get out of it? Yeah, sure, you kill her, but like, you want her to, you know, suffer. You want her to be in pain. So you have to go for the people she cares about.
I don't disagree. We gotta think about it. Actually, it's gotta be planned out. This isn't just rolling around as a 6 and just fucking blasting them. I mean, I basically told her, if you think this stops here, you're crazy. Because regardless, whatever y'all are willing or willing not to do, I mean, it's gonna be my fucking personal goal at this point.
I think everyone's on the same page with that.
Whatever you need, dude.
I appreciate that.
Let us know what you need.
Listen, I don't know how they fucking spotted, or even they got to me, but it's safe to assume that they had shit watching, so... They're clowns, first of all. Snitching's in their fucking nature. So wherever you got shit stashed, move it.
Yeah, I mean, again, the one thing I want to emphasize again, I said on the phone to her, I don't think anyone should underestimate Tessa. Okay, I mean, yeah, she's surrounded by a bunch of clowns, but you know, she's pretty intelligent herself. So
Well, she's the orchestrator of it all.
yep, I'm not surprised. That's what I'm saying. Once right now, you could you know, don't be too stressed. Not a big deal. They're gonna be very defensive. In a perfect world for them, we don't retaliate. Obviously, that's not gonna happen. But when something happens, once we attack, just be very careful with her. Expect cameras absolutely anywhere and everywhere.
So I'm assuming all of the clowns know what just happened. Is that like true, or I guess the reason I'm asking is because like what do we do when like some of those clowns, for example, didn't fuck with Bruce, right? So they didn't give a fuck about Helen wanting to help Bruce. This is now going to be something that involves all of them, because if we're going to go after Hazel, right? So do we
This
just
involves
act
all of
normal?
them.
Well, do we act normal until time comes, or are we just
I mean,
not speaking to them at all?
I don't
in
think we
the
should be
meantime?
speaking to any of them at all.
Okay.
I'll be honest with I think you save Hazel for last. Or not Hazel, Helen.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like when I was like, you know, speaking my mind, like I originally wanted Helen first, but the more I thought about it, the more I honestly think, like the more yapping I was doing, the more like I was like almost convincing myself to go after someone like Hazel first. I honestly, if the goal is to hurt them, you know, you want to hurt them deep inside, I think someone like Hazel is the best person to go after.
I mean, it makes sense. She was involved. She was there. She was one of the first 4 that I saw. I said the four that were there: Hazel, Quake, Tessa, and Helen.
Going after anyone else, what are we really gonna achieve? Like what am I gonna do going after fucking, I don't know, like sneaky? Like what the fuck is that gonna do?
Let's see how it pans out over there. If we do something, they start going after, say, I don't know, Courtney over here. You know?
Oh no.
The fuck does that mean?
I'm just saying, as in, like, you know, if they start going after everybody else inside of the group that was originally involved, well, then it's free game at that point, to me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They get me. You guys better be knocking down fucking doors. Hey, how do you even hurt a clown?
Not physically. They send themselves to the hospital 10 fucking times a day.
That's what I'm saying.
It's all emotionally with them.
I don't know who Helen is, but is she a clown or is she not a clown?
Ex-cop.
I knew we should have headshotted Bruce. Glad you're back, brother.
I appreciate it.
You need some food, dude?
Nah, I'm good.
I ain't got no pasta flageolet, but I can give you something.
You learn how to fucking survive off nothing in there. Kettle corn and
Looking at
Flossie.
it,
Whatever, stringy thing. The candy floss bullshit.
definitely die if they kid that.
What do you mean your neck would get fatter? Yeah, right?
Sir.
Sorry, what happened, sir?
We're just chatting. So they fed him nothing but kettle corn and floss.
I had some pizza, but, you know,
Don't tell me they put pineapple on.
I was vegetarian.
Fuck.
That might be even worse.
I fucking God.
I know, God forbid you have some vegetables in your diet there.
What do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what I said, Courtney.
Yeah, whatever.
You know how and I think it's just because I've kind of been thinking a little crazy, but you know how like in where you kidnap two people and you make them only be able to save one of them, and then they have to pick somebody.
I've thought about that. I get a lot of time to think about that shit.
Susie, I've missed about 3 night races and I get minimum about 50 bad every race, so you owe me
This is your
150
fault.
BT.
This is your fault.
Yeah, you're right.
I was thinking the same thing.
It is my fault. You're right. It is because I keep you in this fucking gang, and
Oh.
either it's two options: either I fucking kick you out, or number two, I get my fucking bet. It's 150 bet.
Yeah, remember that boost we did?
There's a
the other
third
day?
option. There's a
Hold
third
on.
option.
Oh,
What's the
okay,
third
let me hear
option?
the third option first. Hold on.
You let Chaz and Susie date, and then she won't be crazy.
So fucking stupid.
Ah!
Okay, back to my.
Hey!
Oh, thank God it wasn't me.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I do owe you that bet. But we did that boost the other day, and remember, like you couldn't hear me, and you kept my cut. So I think we're good. Don't worry about it. You keep my cut. Don't worry, it pays back for your BT from your Miss Night races, buddy.
I still think the
Alright,
third option's
well,
pretty good.
Well, we already said it was small of you, but would have been preoccupied by now. You know.
What can you do?
What can you do?
Hey, my fucking tablet too. The best bet I will be post on the fucking docket that I was kidnapped if they didn't take my fucking tablet.
Have you still got Bruce's stuff, Susie?
Yeah, I have his phone, and he had a cop badge that wasn't his on him that I have. It's at my house.
We can always swap it for JR's stuff. To get JR's stuff back.
Yeah, I mean,
You just take Bruce's phone and start texting people some fucked up shit.
It's not too bad. I would like to get my shit back sooner than later.
I'll roger that.
I'm hungry. Does anyone have any food?
Yeah.
Some food. And,
We
you know,
want to
we
reach
can
out
prep for
now
that.
about the stuff so we can. So JR's not left waiting.
Wait, what?
They have his tablet. They took his tablet.
Tablet or my
his tablet
phone.
and his phone.
No, not the tablet. To be honest, you could get a new phone, but like the tablet, you can't race right now.
I have a spare
Yeah.
dongle. I have two spare I got away with murder and Bob. Your choice.
The fuck?
I also have a spare one.
You use mine, bro. I'm done racing. Fuck that shit.
I don't care about racing right now. I ain't in the mood to race.
Really, you're not?
Bestie, come on. We're
He's changed.
killers by day, racers by night. Come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but not with all this shit in my mind right now.
Bestie, they did you a number on you. I was too nice to fucking Bruce, man.
Ain't about doing a number.
Bruce said he wanted to eat food.
I think it's just normal for Bruce.
But actually
It's okay,
being
you're
out
making
fucking
Bruce
outside for a
take-
second.
Make
Sorry,
him take Bruce take tablets dry.
Okay, he wanted to take the tablet. What did you say, Jam?
So it's about being outside for a fucking second. Not sitting here going to a night race for me. I got a lot of things to think about right now.
I understand.
Well, shit.
I'm sorry that they took you.
I don't want it to be sorry. It happened. It's over.
Yeah, but I mean, that was obviously not a direction I was hoping things would happen. Yeah. want to call to get the exchange of stuff back, or do you want me to do that?
You can do that. Just whatever you do, especially you, Susie, you better not be alone. You're not allowed to be alone. I swear to God, bro. Susie, if I find out your ass gets fucking taken because you are by yourself, I'm just gonna say they can do whatever the fuck they want to you.
I feel like Susie should probably not be the one to do that.
I mean, she just can't be alone. She could go with whoever.
Yeah. People with chess.
What? I don't know. I'm gonna take this still.
No, why would they do that? Really? Really?
He only wanted to get wet.
I'm glad I didn't say it.
No, she's young. She's young. She has so much to live for. Well, I'm gonna go to the payphone. I'm not calling from my phone to talk to. Fuck. And I'm scared to talk to Tessa low key. I want to call Helen. I talk to Helen. I don't know if I can control. Flippy, you do it. I didn't mean to volunteer.
No, you already volunteered. It's your
I
job.
take it back.
Can't take it back.
Yes, I can. This is your fault. So this is your punishment.
But I'm
Say anything else?
I know he
Head
wants
out.
to say
Need
something to
anything,
that.
JR, give me a holler, alright?
Hi, Courtney.
Good night.
Hey, take care, Courtney.
Not Connie.
Thanks
guys
for the
tomorrow.
food.
Can't wait to hear more of your Sydney facts.
Alright, be careful tomorrow, bro.
Now let's have to watch out for besties and the clowns.
What happened to besties here?
That's just like a everyday thing, I think.
Same besties meme, you know.
Yeah. You never know.
Well, I guess I'll go to a payphone and I will call.
We away from
Okay.
a payphone.
Deniability. If it ever comes to anything where police get involved, I can just say, like, I can deny anything. Because anytime I called, I used a payphone. Anytime I talked to Helen, I used a payphone. She called me a lot, but I never spoke back to her.
Oh, that's smart.
Well, I did do a lot of smart things, like, you know, make sure that Bruce didn't know where we. Alright, go to a
I
payphone.
think Sophie just wants to get out of here. I think.
Pick a phone.
Nah, I
Maybe
just
she
think
I think I got like a meeting in like 10 minutes.
At all.
I'll see you guys later.
You don't mean
What?
that. You don't mean that. What did you say, Charles?
Nothing.
Chaz says he wants to
Okay.
get from you.
I ain't giving him shit. I think that that no one should be alone. Also, I think that we need to make an announcement and let people know that
Well,
there's
we
a
can
paper.
make the announcement, but what I was saying is I don't think I have to worry about it until we actually talk.
Come on.
They kept saying in an ideal world it ends there, but, you know.
Oh, that's what they're gonna want in a perfect world for them, 100%. It ends here. It's not ending here.
This payphone's out of order.
some of. Oh, never mind. You can't see the GPS.
Damn.
Oh my god, Flippy, you look skinny.
You have some of JR's things, and I have some of Bruce's things, and I would like to exchange those things. Are you okay with just meeting back at Legion Square? Sure, if you ping me first.
Tell her it's not a negotiation anymore. Just ping you first, and then you give them their shit, bro.
So they
I
had
would just make it.
they had
would
no issues trading people, but they're having issues trading items.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's why I was, like, letting her negotiation be that she chose what to do, so that's why I was gonna wanted her to go first. It's like, why I didn't say anything. But I was taking everything it means.
Helen, this isn't a negotiation anymore. It's pretty simple. We just want the stuff back. If we're gonna do something, we would have done it then, but we didn't. Just not overcomplicate things, or I'm just gonna go find you.
Damn.
I hate how she's making it seem like, oh god, I just got gaslit right there. That's
Well,
I
I
just
mean,
got gaslit.
even the conversation you were having with Tesla, she was gaslighting you too.
What was this whole 30-second thing? They were arguing about it in their house.
Yeah, okay. I don't know where she got the 30-second from. Maybe the only time I ever gave the 30-second, when I said 30 seconds, is when I said we will be calling, or Bruce will be calling in 30 seconds. That's the only thing that could possibly make sense. But they seem to have been twisting the words and stories that they're
As she handed the phone to me, said, "You only have 30 seconds." I said, "All right." So I got 5 seconds left. Goodbye. And she had a fucking knife out at me.
Meanwhile, by the way, their stipulation or demand or whatever it was, both of you guys were going to be calling each other at the same time. And I, again, didn't make it a big deal. I let them be on the phone for a little before, and then you ended up calling me like 2 minutes after. And I still didn't make it a big deal.
Chazzer, you're the
Making
coolest.
demands and like, I don't know.
I need to grab the other thing that I have a JR, what all of yours did they take?
Where is
Hey,
it at?
golf club, knife, tablet, and phone. I don't care about the club and the knife. I really don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, I have like a Ziploc baggie of like all of the weapons Bruce had to give him, but what I put in is mostly just the phone and the.
Yeah, Susan's like, we're gonna put this in a bag and send it to Jason Ledson so that you can claim when you get out.
Oh, even better. So
I
you
didn't say that.
told Bruce where they at.
That's good.
No, that was Flippy.
Jason just lied to you. That's not what happened.
I was just like, you know what they say when they send you to jail? Put it in a bag for DOC. Susie was the DOC.
It was a count of a turnover.
What happened, sorry?
You want to go to my house and grab the thing?
Sorry, I was waiting for the thing. They said they're gonna bring us.
Do you want to get in your car to go to the race after?
No, I'm gonna go to Swanson. I was just eating. If you want to drive, you can.
I want to at least fix the car. Chaz, where's the race start?
It's not even up yet.
Okay, we're exchanging JR's things. You wanna come with us until then?
Sure. I'll just be nearby, I guess.
You know what? You're fucking right, JR. You're fucking right, man. Holy shit, man. This all could have been dealt with if Hazel didn't fucking shoot Jaden when we kidnapped Esme in exchange for the car parts. Instead, they kept giving the runaround. Oh my god. Here we fucking are. You're so right, bro.
Wait, what? Say that again?
I ain't saying that. Just know JR's right, man.
Wait, are you talking about when Jaden gave car parts back? And I'm not Hydra anymore, so I don't care about them for leverage to get our car parts back? Oh, okay.
It's all Hazel's fault.
I think it's your fault still. And Hazel's fault, and Jaden's fault.
I think you should be gangless.
Look how much fun you've had today. You've had
Leave
like
Susie alone.
I nearly lost a gang member. I don't think I consider that fun.
I don't think they would have done anything to JR. They seemed like they were being pussies.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Do you actually think they would have?
Yeah, I do actually.
So you don't feel like they were worried enough about Bruce?
No, I don't, because you could read the book after. But I gave them the names to call if you want around, and they said, nah, we'll deal with that later. I tried to plant in the fucking heads that, I can't guarantee Bruce's safety the longer this goes on. Yo, what up, Warlock? What's going on, my dude? How are you?
Like,
long time no see, my dude.
Talking themselves into thinking that.
How you been?
Were you in the car with me when I took Helen away from the big house?
Yeah, I was there for you.
Yeah.
Welcome on, everybody. Appreciate that. Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream, my dude.
Like, I told Helen that how I told her she could come visit Bruce when she wanted, and how her being Bruce so we could all become good friends, like when we were leaving the fucking big house.
Rotting in prison?
Mind you, I mean, of
all
course
right,
I'm like,
here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go back an hour into my VOD, and that was the prison I was rotting in for like 3 days.
they told Flippy.
I hope you you can make something out of it. Actually, I had some of the best OP when I was in prison for 30 days on TJ.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's best that Flippy did find out, because I'm gonna be honest, I might have called the bluff on that. Because they're just stupid fucking clowns.
I wouldn't put it past them. Honestly. Tesla's fucking psycho.
Let me know when you guys are ready to go. I wanna go see something.
Like, it was worthless trying to even, like, push the buttons. She's been doing it too long. Kept saying that she has this fucking darkness inside of her that's been in before PD even.
I don't know how even it escalated.
They all have their ways, I don't fucking know. I mean, I do know, but...
Where's that? Where's Mark at?
Toledo, near like it's like a dirt path.
Let's give it 6 more days. Bro, how long did you guys get?
It's like past the 24
They
Toledo
got
one.
had you and it was definitely
Yeah, I'm all for, like... I was just kind of
Wait a
talking about it
minute.
earlier.
Oh my god, the car.
If you stay awake and you guys
I disconnected it.
actually
Car that we
RP
saw
the sentence, it makes it feel that much
away
more
from Tessa's house
real.
ended up being the
And
car
as you
that
said,
we
impactful.
saw
That's
in the
mad
leisure.
respect.
So where did you guys go?
Just,
I never saw that car.
they had a whatever, the STX or whatever, the one that looks like the Viper.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, they had that, and they had like a buffalo looking thing.
And the pink big arrow, that was the only car I remember because that Bruce went to walk to that car instead of getting in the car that they had this noise. But I don't even remember. It was white. I don't know for some white.
No, it's like bluish. It was like bluish. Like, okay, it's like mostly white with like bluish pearlescent or whatever. I remember seeing it in the sky, and I think the driver's door was open.
Yeah, it's so much more impactful when you do that. It makes it feel real.
Yeah.
Dramatic black and white. Yeah, dude, Jared's fucked up right now, man.
Leave the stuff there and
He's not happy. JR is not a happy guy. What's the tea? The clowns kidnapped JR and put him in a basement for 3 days, like 3 IRL days.
And Flippy started driving, and we weren't sure what was happening exactly. And then he started talking. So we're going to. There's like a dirt path near the 24/7.
I appreciate that, Liz. Thank you.
The diner next to the 24/7 in Toledo. We're here now, so. We're back.
Nothing there. And my shit's here. Oh, they even give me 3 tourniquets, even better.
Make sure it's the right SIM in the phone.
There it is. Yep, that's the shit.
Let's go.
you left the ship with Susie, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Bruce had been kidnapped by Susie, which is like one of Helen's best friends. Helen is dating Tessa.
Hey Flippy, can I get keys to the small house so I can
Helen
start
was distraught,
carrying
basically,
details
that
for
Bruce
Helen?
was being kidnapped. We tried to get car parts back because the clown's been stealing our shit. We tried to do it a few times. They broke negotiation with us a few times. So they end up kidnapping JR to get Bruce back. The clowns did, so on behalf of Helen and Bruce. So they involved basically some of the clowns with it. So yeah, I sat in a cage, probably online time, probably close to 16 hours, if not maybe more.
I'm actually not. I don't think anything like.
In a like actual jail cell almost, basically, for the last 3 days.
Has he paid for the bills yet?
Yeah, he did.
So there's a back and forth negotiation with it. Yeah, JR is not happy. JR is going to get his get back, and we have to plan it out meticulously. It's not going to be as simple like fuck people up. This is going to be more of a emotional side to it.
You have keys to that, Letson?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I still have keys to it.
You could do that instead. I don't have anything there anymore anyways. Yeah. Honestly, the trailer probably better than a cage. Just make it like, actually make it like a big ass cage, like where like it's like half the building. Obviously, like one part is safe, but where we're gonna be, the other part is like just a bunch of shit. Leave it there, like maybe a little torture area, and then like
Or like fake grass down like a little turf.
No, you see, the thing
let's go
about
there real quick, and then I'm gonna go to sleep after.
JR was kept in like a literal fucking darkness.
They didn't have light. There was no windows there.
No light, no windows, no clouds, like literal fucking torture.
So I made it too bougie for Bruce.
We made it too nice for, well, I mean, we didn't intend for it to be this horrible thing, right? Like, even the big house, we had the lights on, you know, it was like a spacious. So, Helen saw that.
Well, Tessa wanted to do it worse. He said that the things that I get were generous. She wanted to fuck it up even more.
Okay, I'll make it look like a torture chamber.
I mean, I'm not shitting you. There's blood all over the fucking place.
Did you see? I don't think you saw Bruce's one, right?
No, I did. I helped build it. Well, not the most recent one, no. I mean, I put the bars up, the toilet was there, the door for the food, everything else.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure I put a food door in.
The only problem with the trailer, though, is that there isn't a lot of space. So,
I can
for
make
us
it
to
work.
talk,
No, I'm telling you, there's more than enough space. This place is huge.
I used to make bathrooms with the old Harmony motels. I think I can make it work.
I never been here.
really.
Nah, I've never been here.
Come on.
Okay. So Susie, get Ryan to give.
Yeah, I just need to be put back on the panel.
Yeah,
I
get
still have the
Ryan
key
to
though.
put on the panel.
Okay.
Name is Starkey.
Yeah, I think like from like, but like the cage door would be here, and then all of that you can do whatever you want. And then here is just like the viewing area, whatever the fuck when we talk to people, and then we also have enough room to go all the way over there and have a conversation if you want.
Yeah, sounds
So
good.
from here and onward, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Ah, wonderful.
Also,
Here's
you can do whatever you want with all of this. We're not really using it anymore.
I'm cooking up some good ideas.
So he's part of this, right? When they were there, like they had an airlock. I couldn't see outside of it.
Yeah, I was thinking about setting up an airlock as well.
So like I wouldn't even know, like for example, if we went over there and talked, I'd have no idea because my vision ended here, basically, you know?
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
honestly
you
safer
can,
to.
yeah, put a door here, and then like pretty much 2 layers of protection. But that 2 layers of protection also means they don't know what the fuck is outside. And then obviously all the
Don't worry, I'll
windows, you
cope
close them
with
up.
it. I got some good ideas. Do you want a torture vibe or just basic bed, toilet? Like how crazy do you want me to go with this?
Whatever, as much as you want to do to the place. Up to
Okay.
you.
Wonderful.
I had a wooden fucking pallet and a yoga mat. Does that give you an example here?
Yeah, I'm thinking spiked bed. I don't know, leave it with me. Once I get access, I'll start cooking.
Okay, I'm gonna sleep, guys. I'm tired.
Okay, good night.
Oh,
I
sleep,
You need to
won't
let
cause
us
any
out.
more trouble before you see me next.
Wait, Susie, do you have keys to get us out?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool.
Goodbye.
See you, Flippy.
Hey, take care.
I need to go pick up my order. Hopefully they approved it this time.
Cringe, dude. Brother, Sag farming. Now this is revenge farming right now. I'm not Sag farming nothing. This is noir, you know? You think back like the old mafia type movies? Yeah, that's what this is the vibe for right now. I ain't say Sag farming. How are you? Thank you for the thank you, Alex, for that comment. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
This is old black and white mafia type. This is JR returning to his roots right now. So it's kind of been RP that JR's family is from Philly, involved with the Philly mob. He left that life, but he's gonna have to return to some of it with this. So that's kind of some of the base as to why it's black and white. Is this the noir type vibe with it more than anything else? Yo, Silent, thank you for the raid, my dude. Appreciate it. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate that. Thank you for the follows, everyone. Hope you had a good stream. Sorry to keep you up so late. I know you got a whole bunch of shit going on and they need to keep you there for so long. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Once again, thank you all for the follows too. Holy shit, you guys are blowing up the follow timeline. Jesus.
Oh, perfect. I'm working on it. Alright, these are a proof of concept, alright?
You want to do 1 or 2 games? I got you. My bad. I'm sorry. You even missed the night race, brother. I know how hard that is. That's the only reason I even woke up on JR was to do a night race. And I got kidnapped in 3 fucking minutes. Imagine going to do a night race and get kidnapped.
I'm thinking about opening up a starting casino.
That's exactly what happened. I woke up, went to Liquid Library parking lot, and I was kidnapped. That's literally what happened.
And then, rather than
yeah, good. I hope like it gives people something to build off of. And I kind of wanted to take it, you know, not in a way like I actually did RP being on the server for a lot of hours. I was telling Chad, I was probably logged in maybe like 16 of the hours, maybe probably even more. Because it gives some seriousness to the RP side to it. So I sat there and I did RP it out. So if they came down there, he was there.
So you should do more than the 3. Allow like currency down. Chaz, are you still good?
Meanwhile, I was doing shit on my other monitor and playing different games and whatnot, but still.
Are you still good? Are you okay?
Yeah, for sure. All right, hey, enjoy CS.
No, I didn't realize you were actually coming to look for us.
Just don't drop a Benita, all right?
Why did you on radio?
Said the gun. I did.
Abalonium works.
Can't be doing a frag video of 0-17 over here.
Try and implement our own
Fine.
version.
I didn't, I guess.
Okay. I don't know if the radio was broken or I just wasn't, like, nobody, I don't think heard you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I went to the race instead, so it's whatever.
Okay. Where's the race center? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I got jazzed.
Yeah, I wanted to RP a different side of war more than anything else. I don't want it to be your typical war. That is not what I want to do with it.
A lot of convincing to get it do it for me, but I managed.
Yo, Beck, thank you for the sub and for the gifted. I appreciate that. Thank you, Beck Dog. Also, I did just get a mock-up of a Hydra Snake, by the way, as an emote. So it is being put together. I received it today, so I know that you're asking me about that. So we'll be getting it sometime soon.
Imagine you make a jumbo-sized roulette table, like a life-size roulette table, and you throw like a ball and it bounces in a room.
Yeah, I don't want to do a normal war. That's not my goal at all. That is not the intention.
Like your rules have to be well developed, so like there's no like, why mine for me I was here. This portion of it is here, you know. You have to like be whatever you decide.
If you gift a sub, make sure you thank the person that gives you a sub today, by the way. Appreciate
Yeah,
that. Once
like
again, thank you for the
got
support. Thank you all for being
just
here.
over a mil,
Appreciate
so
the
I'm
follows.
just
If you're new
waiting
here,
for
just do me a favor,
decent-sized
quick
property to
type of
come
one
up.
in chat real quick for me.
Ideally, I'd want it in
It's not because I
Miramar.
do it for the KCIP. It's actually just because I have to meet the kick metrics and to reapply for partners. So if you guys could do that for me, that'd be greatly appreciated.
no, but-
Sorry, I don't want to
or
be a pain in
even
the
if I
ass, but
find,
just
like,
hit the
a
one or the
decent,
two
like,
if you're new here.
commercial
So
property
thank
that's
you all.
decent size. I was thinking about asking Ash if I could see how big her one is and seeing if I could like rent.
Yo,
it
you're
from her
all
or
legends.
something.
Thank you.
Yeah, you might be able to do that because I don't think she's using it for that.
Either that or buy one or the other. Either works.
We had partner on
Well, I
Twitch
don't
for a
think she
while and
needs
everything
money,
else. I just didn't stream much, and so we came over here, and then he just gave me the verification and
I
gave
don't
me
know
a
how
full
big it
partner.
is,
So,
so I'd have to.
my
get
primary
her
link
to
kick,
show
no,
me how
yeah,
big it is and
yeah.
stuff.
At some point, I might dual stream again a little bit. But
I would
yeah,
tell you
we'll
that
see.
I could say, but it's been so long. I honestly even forgot how big the trailer was. Like, I until I got inside, because he was right. Like, there's actually a lot of space in there, and I would have never imagined it being as big as it actually is.
Yeah, I would say that thing there is too generous of a size.
Oh, I'm gonna make it smaller. Don't worry, it's not gonna be that big.
Also, the airlock thing is like low-key super fucking smart because like if you accidentally open the door, it's like a secondary layer of protection to make sure that they don't escape. That was one thing I was always super scared about with Bruce is accidentally letting him out.
Yeah, it was on the 3rd floor of the house, so we went up 3 separate floors. I went down 3 floors to get to where I was at. And there's apparently about 4 doors in between where I was and to get out.
Yeah, I'll probably make an airlock, and then once you get through the airlock, you actually end up at the cell. So there's just that extra layer. So even if they get out of the cell, there's still the airlock, and then they have to get through the airlock to then get through back to the main door. Just make it safe.
Yeah, clock on the wall is ironic considering my other character was all about clocks. Oh man. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed all that. So bad shout out to the clown. Seriously, everyone involved. Mick, Nikita, Uni, Theo. There's no like ill intent from my side. I'm not pressed by any of that. That was
Yeah, so
it was good for the
just
RP of
keep
it
in
all.
mind you
so.
may get paid out in Hydra coins soon. And there will be days where the Hydra exchange will open, and you'll be able to.
If you think that Arnie and Benz are gonna pay out in Hydra coin and not just give him, they're gonna be like, I can't be fucked dealing with all of them.
No, they just like, oh, I just give him two. I just give him 2 gold Hydra coins.
Just go to
That's
bed,
it.
listen, and then they're just gonna pay us with real money.
No.
What the alternative is that you go to Arnie and Benz's. I will be take on the responsibility of paying out. Like
Actually, I wouldn't mind doing
squatters. Well, then like that's what you need to do.
You have to remember they don't
You
even
also
want to do
have to-
paperwork, and you want them to also do the.
Yeah, but as long as I know what
construction
jobs you do, I can do the paperwork. That's fine.
I mean,
Yeah, I guess that's true.
you have to be there because they're not
Yeah,
going to
you
make
have to
any
be there.
effort to talk to you. Like they're not going to write
As
it
long as
down
they put
to
in
you,
the
that's
sheet
whole
how
point.
much they got from
They're
the
not
job, I
that's
can do the
thing,
rest.
They're not doing that though. That's the thing.
And that would just be for
I'll
us.
bring it up at the meeting. I'll see. We'll see. Everyone will probably be
That seems like a
against
lot of
it,
work
but you
for
know,
three
it's a
bitches,
good.
I'm not gonna lie.
You know, it's a funny idea. But it'll work for the casino though.
Like, just say you don't want to pay me lots, then it's okay.
You know, if people want to gamble, they cash their money in for Hydra coin, and then they give the Hydra coin to the dealer.
Why don't y'all get a casino put together before you try to make up on new cards?
Well,
Not to clock.
I had nothing else to do because I'm still waiting for property to be available. So, rather than just
You're telling me you guys
sit on
have
my
a
hands.
single property
We should have
near
bid
the
on.
casino?
We
There's
should
no
have bid on
properties
this
available.
fucking
Have a look.
warehouse that was in the
No,
south
not
side.
about like. There's no properties that Hydra has that are not in use that you can't turn into casino.
All our properties get used at the moment, so I think the only exception is the trailer right now.
Well, I don't think Ash is using her building, so you probably.
Yeah.
Which actually kind of reminds me, I might ask her there for that building before you. Sorry.
Why?
Well, I don't know exactly, but well, I think I keep getting myself in trouble because I'm bored, which is very notorious for me.
Well, you're gonna open up a
And
dildo shop in Mirror Park now.
no, I'm not gonna open up a fucking dildo shop. No,
Why not?
Jet, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you all. Big props to everyone involved. Really do appreciate everyone that showed up. Thank you for the raids. Everything. Let's go. Let's go host Sukem. Let's go host Sukem. Take care everyone.
for the car house, I just